reason for wanting to ban TikTok at this moment is because it's been an incredible.
Drake's deception is pretty relevant to the rap world.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
TikTok's been overwhelmingly successful in getting imagery out of Gaza. It's the main. That's the main reason right now anybody wants to ban TikTok is that they don't like the fact that Israel's hardcore losing the PR war on TikTok.
Well, they're kind of losing the PR war everywhere.
Yeah,
they are.
I don't know. On the mainstream media, they still they're.
I don't know.
Yeah, they got their shills out there going.
The fort down.
Yeah.
All men dream, but not equally.
We're actually starting a new game today too, so you'll know what's happening because it's the beginning.
Well, it is the third game in the series, though.
Yeah, but it's like a fun popcorn action.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kind of,
he's an adventurer who looks for hidden treasure.
It's like Indiana Jones, but good.
Everything you need to know to play this game.
It's Indiana Jones, but he's not 80.
Open eyes to make
Uncharted. Not to be confused with Uncharted.
Yeah, I mean, God, remember when the president's pants were Uncharted?
It feels like it's been a long time.
That was many, many years ago. A different era, though.
Yeah. Back when shitting your pants was considered disqualifying.
I don't know what's disqualifying now. Anything?
Why are you getting hot?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what would be disqualifying at this point.
I mean, as Trump famously said, and I think he's 100% right, he could kill someone on live TV and he'd still be qualified.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think that's true.
Like, that wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't an exaggeration. Like, that was one of the rare moments of him being 100% truthful.
I think the only thing that's disqualifying to run for office now is for you to basically be like, I just want to say that the base has gone a little too far. That's probably the only thing that could be
Enjoying yourself, pal?
you to walk.
Yeah, you're a comedian.
I think
or
trying
you're-
to give people health care might make you
Nice
lose an
one,
election.
Or if you're trying
I mean,
to...
there's things there are a million ways you can poke the establishment in the
Yeah,
eye.
that's what I
they'll
was
do
gonna say.
everything they
Can't
can
be too careful.
possibly do to stop you from
Guessing
being
you're
elected.
talented.
But if you don't do that, then it doesn't matter what you do.
And Mr. Drake,
Shit your pants on live TV.
Yeah.
do you have it?
I do think there's an extent now where, like, the average people in the country, though, are so disgusted by the establishment that some of these things you can try to do are going to backfire.
One can hope. I mean,
It's all
if
there.
the establishment just has enough power, eventually it
Now
won't
let's see
matter.
it.
No, yeah. I mean, we could just go to full oligarchy, abandon the...
Are you trying to tell me that we aren't already?
Abandon the trappings of democracy we maintain.
It is
Go
people
like-
like Russia.
Go like full
yeah.
North Korea, where it's like, oh, we're the
16th century.
Democratic Republic of Korea.
But speaking of North Korea and also shitty politics, have you guys heard about the latest thing in the ongoing border dispute between
You're talking about how
South
they're
Korea?
just dropping garbage on South Korea?
Not just garbage, feces. They're throwing feces over the border, over the fucking 48th parallel.
Are they lighting it on fire first?
No, they're just putting it on balloons.
On balloons.
Yeah, so it can float over there.
I'd respect it a lot more if they were pulling like trebuchets up to the DMZ.
Or you know what they could do is they could pack the shit into like artillery shells and blast them over the border.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially if they fragmentate like in midair and like splat down.
Oh, God.
Shit-filled frag grenade.
Yeah.
You're not really in a
God.
position to
You know, in Death Stranding, you do have to throw...
The shit your shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, they'd make them out of
poop
their
grenades.
All right, that's fair.
Can.
It's a useful weapon.
Yeah, you have to throw them at ghosts.
That makes sense.
You're a
Yeah.
thief.
Ghosts don't like it when you shit on them.
Well, now, that's how
Yeah, that game's all... The Death Stranding's all about you hook up your electronic umbilical cord into a baby battery, which lets you see ghosts, and then you throw poop grenades at them.
That can't be true for all of us. I'm sure Beethoven's ghost is huddling in the bottom of the toilet bowl right now.
Oh yeah, don't try it on like if you're dealing with German ghosts, you gotta find something else.
I think they probably just haunt.
So they're just waiting for people.
Anytime you open a toilet in fucking Berlin, it goes ooh.
Not boo, but woo.
With the bar fight.
Yep. Get right into the action.
But apparently, the North Koreans specifically blame South Korea for COVID.
Oh, okay.
So that's part of the reason why they're throwing garbage and feces in there, is because they want to get South Korea sick, like they think South Korea got them sick.
Okay. I hadn't heard it blamed on South Korea. I've heard it blamed on China. I've heard it blamed on us. The Chinese blamed the Italians.
Really? I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, I remember.
Huh. Yeah. Oh, to have it, yeah. Now, is it just... How often does North Korea just blame, like, whatever problem they're dealing with on South Korea, though?
Probably about 95% of the time.
So
The rest of the time, they blame America.
Right. He won't move out of the way.
But in additional shit-related news, have you guys heard about...
A lot of shit news.
There's a lot of shit news. Have you heard about what's going on in France lately?
Well, I mean, that always sounds like it's shitty stuff.
Is it not just... you're not talking about farmers just, like,
Hosing
government buildings down in Calcutta, are you?
No, this is even better.
That's kind of a pan-European thing.
This is even better than that.
The Netherlands really started that trend.
That's true, yeah. But what's going on in France is because they're going to host the Olympics soon, right? And that's costing the country a shit ton of money, right? And so a lot of people are pissed at Macron and the French government for wasting all this money on the stupid Olympics.
Yeah, that's why they're about to have the most horrific loss in these European elections.
There's a private party, and can I join in?
And part of the prepping for the Olympics initiative involves cleaning up the Seine River because it's a French river, so it's shitty, right?
Yeah,
it's shit creek basically. And so the people are like, well, how can we
get pinch off of Macron in it?
Hold on.
They call the Seine the Ganges.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think I'd rather swim in the Ganges, to be honest with you. But so everybody was pissed. They're like, well, how come you never bothered cleaning it up before? It's only when the Olympics come to town that suddenly you care.
Getting your face thrown in one of those.
Yeah, that would be bad. It's like diving into a French river.
It's a lot cheaper to just invite G to town if you want to get it cleaned up.
That's
rather than host the Olympics.
Yeah. But, so, what Macron announced that him and some other guy, I forget his name, one of the other government members, they were going to take a swim in the Seine to show off how clean it is to the international community. So all the people of France went, we're going to have a synchronized mass shitting in the Seine at the very moment they dive in. And they even built an app where if you shit, like, upstream, you can time when you should shit so that your shit will be part of the, like, the shit test when the crowd dives in.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful. It's, like, amazing to see mankind working together on something so magnificent.
Yeah, wow.
So he's gonna swim in it?
He's gonna swim.
You can't just pull like
like that guy.
Yeah. That sounds like a South Park episode.
It does. Reality is increasingly just becoming South Park.
Good God, man.
When you swim in the river, you can't pull like an Obama in Flint or like a DeWine in East Palestine. You can't just put the cup to your mouth. You actually have to get in. There's nothing funnier than watching politicians pretend to drink the poison water.
Oh yeah,
I love those videos.
Yeah.
Like when DeWine was in those people's house in Ohio, and he just kind of was like
pretended.
Oh, damn it!
Such bad liars.
Pretending to drink the water.
In this game, we're killing off mass numbers of British.
All right.
Yeah, switch it up each game.
Typical bloody Yank. All talk.
Sometimes they have it.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Mate.
But at least that means we'll get lots of silly Cockney accents.
Stay down.
Yeah, nothing like the Italian accents in Max Payne, though.
Yeah, those are great.
It's the only thing about the remake that'll be inferior to the original is that the accents probably won't be so goofy.
That's disappointing, man.
That is too bad.
I
Spain
imagine
likes to go over the top.
I mean, I think it'll still be over the top, but I don't think they'll sound as...
Still
I don't know.
gutter with your protege, I see.
The villain of this game is Helen Mirren.
Oh shit, you're probably gonna need a lot of bathroom breaks for this one, huh?
Should have known you'd be behind this.
Well, it's like Helen Mirren in her 50s, so...
Yeah, you're going to need even more.
Melt.
Sage
Same
likes
cocky
when
little
fondling a
shit.
woman's like going over a
So
topographical map.
I wonder what you're really afraid of. Bullets or blood or broken bones. No. You get off on all this.
It's in battle.
Oh shit, you just like him.
Cheating death. Or not.
No.
This is the part where the villain should obviously kill him, but doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
I merely want what's
Well, it is like an action movie, so...
Yeah.
Give me that back.
Cutter!
Oh no. Oh.
Shut up.
You fool!
Oh, you're bloody welcome, Your Majesty.
Marlowe, we have to get you out of here.
You should be
Come
double
on,
tapping.
they're a right pair of arseholes. What?
Double tap, do it. Come on, you know you want to.
They never finish. And the bloodline. We just went through this with The Last of Us.
Before all of our streams.
If you're gonna take revenge or take somebody out, you end the bloodline.
You do it right. Oh shit, we're like a kid?
Yeah, starting to get into his like backstory
This
for
is
the
like
first
the,
time.
this is like
You
the
could have
Muppet
Tom
Babies.
Holland do this flashback.
Oh, there you go.
That would be the only time it would have made sense to have him.
So this is like Muppet Babies, Nathan Drake? Is that
Yeah.
what this game is?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Muppet Babies.
I wonder what El Pirata could mean.
You think, see that door marked pirate? You think a pirate lives in there?
Here we
Says
go.
pirate.
God, I love that show. See Danny DeVito say they've been really holding back these last 16 years. Season 17's really going to let loose.
Really?
I think he was completely just kidding and just making jokes.
Okay.
I would be
Yeah.
interested if they think they can take it up a notch. Though.
I
don't
mean,
know.
they've slowly been hasn't made nearly so many sacking of Cardigan. Or Kardashian. Sorry, Cardigan.
It does help to read.
It does.
See that door marked pirate?
Wait,
We just start. Oh, good. We are breaking shit.
yeah, steal stuff.
Hell yeah.
Break the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a museum.
And you just straight up steal me shit.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That's what museums are for, man.
It's a collectible.
They're like banks,
Everything
except the
in
account is
the-
open to anyone.
Everything in the museum was stolen from somebody else already.
That's probably true.
Oh, that's not it either.
Look, you just start taking shit, and then you walk out, and then the day later, the museum puts out a statement about how, third world countries can't be trusted to protect their artifacts.
It's the British's motto.
Like, this is like Spain or something.
No, yeah, this is
Colombia.
Oh, is it?
yes, I think South America. It's a
That's
Maybe
where
upstairs.
Cartagena is.
well, they've got stuff from all over the place in here.
No, but we're in Cartagena.
Oh, is that what the title
That's
card
what-
said?
yeah.
Okay, I genuinely missed that.
Reading where?
Cartagena. It's a city in Colombia.
How's it doing these days?
I don't know about Colombia, but the crime rate in Venezuela is down massively.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Because Maduro emptied the prisons and told the gangs we're going to crack down on you, or we'll help you get to America. So they're all left.
Just move the criminals somewhere else.
Yep.
That does eliminate crime.
That's like some old school, like, Persian Empire shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's literally he said, hey, we need the crime rate down.
But he's
So we're
not
gonna
supposed to
start
be touching
cracking
these
down
things.
on you guys. But
The security cards don't do jack shit.
So I assume those criminals are like lining up.
oh yeah, well, a guy just yesterday in New York, Venezuelan gang member, part of the moped gangs. That's become a big thing. They snatch your cell phone, they ride by on the moped, and they take your purse or your cell phone.
Oh, that's a thing everywhere now.
Yeah. But yeah, so one of those gangs from Venezuela basically just relocated to New York,
Yeah, New York is not a good place to. Did you hear about the dude who was setting people on fire on the trains?
No, but that sounds like New York.
Yeah, he was like fucking like just throwing Molotovs at people.
Oh my god. I feel like that seems like an escalation.
Those National Guard members in the train stations are really doing a lot, aren't they?
Yeah,
just to hit their guns away.
They're letting people bring Molotovs out the train.
Nobody gets checked for Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, this dude, apparently he went on the train.
Is just alcohol supposed to be not allowed?
I think so, yeah, but not if you set it on fire, that's fine.
Right, as long as you can have alcohol, but you have to set it on fire.
I mean, I don't know, man. The trains in New York are crazy, man. People get pushed in front of those trains all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, hey,
That's how they stop the trains now when they pull into the station.
Quick, the train
That's how
won't
you
stop. Push someone in front of
To
it.
stop, you just push somebody in front of.
Oh shit, I'm late to work and that train doesn't look like it's going to stop.
Does New York have a brown line too by now?
No, I don't know. It's probably. I mean, I know it's got like a problem with dudes in the subway that's jerking off.
I mean, I feel like that's just like a common problem through time.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, it's most common.
Yeah,
At least
it's like a lot of dudes jerking off on the
New
subway.
York seems to attract a disproportionate level of the severely mentally ill homeless.
That's
from,
true.
Like what I have seen, like the dangerously deranged like people. Remember that guy? What was his name? Mr. Fantastic or whatever. The
Reed
guy.
Richards?
No. Mr. Wonder. I can't remember what his name was. He made like bow ties and sold them on Etsy. But he was bashing Asian women in the face with a sock full of coins. Like
On
he was-
New York?
I remember.
yeah. He was like, this was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But he was the Asian women wouldn't date him, so he was like hitting them in the face with socks full of quarters or whatever.
Fucking incels, man.
And then he committed suicide. Give him a lot of credit. I respected his suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I like this. Oh, every fucking street. But yeah, keep going, please.
Every street, we somehow get to suicide.
Crawled in the elevator shaft and tied a noose to the bottom of the elevator.
Huh.
And then just waited until the first person to use the elevator hung him.
Uh-huh.
And then it took them weeks to find his body.
That must have
So he's just going up and down, up and down. So I thought that was creative. I mean,
That's a pretty creative way to kill yourself, yeah?
it's a good suicide.
How
Like,
would you even get under there?
he crawled in through the access doors or whatever. To
Probably
the bottom
pried
of
it
the
open
shaft.
or something. Yeah.
Like normally you wouldn't even get
He probably scouted out.
Yeah,
the building
I'm
first
sure he
to
was
make sure.
planning it. You know,
I mean, that's like, that takes
He
some
wasn't-
effort. That
he
takes some
wasn't
time.
He wasn't one of these losers who downs a bottle of Tylenol and writes a half-ass note. Like,
I mean, if you're going to kill yourself, make it a spectacle.
Yeah, well, this guy didn't make the spectacle in the sense that nobody could really see it until after.
but he knew it was going to make. But it made the news.
That's true.
He
that's
made
true.
it a mystery,
Yeah.
which I think is fun.
And you know, I'll give him credit for one thing too. He wanted to go out in a way that would be famous, but he didn't take a bunch of people with him.
Yeah. I mean, I just want you guys to make sure that when I die, my ashes are shot out of confetti cannons at the audience of my funeral.
I want, guys, when I die, I want you guys for my funeral. Okay. For my funeral, I want you to have a dinner. It's going to be expensive. Okay. I'm
Is it
sorry.
going to be you?
I'm sorry. Well,
I've also, that's my other option, is I want everybody at my funeral, I want to be served as the hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
well, I
okay.
don't want it. I don't want it to be a thing like we're here to remember and eat the corpse of Alex.
No, I want that.
Okay. No. What I want it to be.
skulls and drinking.
What I want it to be is I can have a pretty normal funeral,
Uh-huh.
right? But I want to have a dinner.
We get to plan
afterwards.
it, though.
Okay, you can plan the funeral.
All right.
But
Cool. Put that in your will.
okay, I will.
Your tombstone's
but
gonna
what
be
I
a
really
gnome.
no, it's over.
I'm sorry, Alex. What were you gonna say?
I want you guys to have like a fancy meal, like one of those,
Okay.
one of those stupid fancy meals where they're like, "Oh, this is a foam of like salmon skin, and we deconstructed a foie gras like tort." Like just that type of shit. Give me
Okay,
the
sure.
Frenchest chef you can find. Then I want the last course to be this thing where they're like, "Oh, like here's like, you know, a beef tartare with like leek ash or whatever, and all that stupid stuff you see on Food Network.
Okay.
And then I want everybody to eat it, and then you can come. One of you guys, both of you guys can come out.
Yeah, we'll do the
you can
presentation.
MC the dinner.
Sure.
Cool.
And then be like,
Deal.
just so you guys know, that wasn't leek.
I gotta get
That was Alex's ashes on your plate. I hope you enjoyed it.
I like it,
yeah.
So you want people to consume your ashes.
Yeah, your last. You want
Okay.
the last memory of everyone is for them to remember you being inside them.
Yeah. Well, and I just wanted to be everybody's there, and they're like, oh wow, like oh my god, I can't believe like Alex planned this amazing meal. There's a French chef there. What?
Everybody.
That's just my family and like all that. But I want people.
Building. I bet I can spot it.
That's
shit.
just how that's my impression of the people who make the fine food,
Right.
and the people who enjoy the fine food. But I just wanted to be like everybody's like, wow, like this was the best meal we've ever had. Like it was so inventive and creative, it's so out of the box, and then I just want them to know that while they were pretentiously eating dust like they do at those restaurants, for them to know that it wasn't a leek, it was me.
I like that. No, that's great.
I want to teach those people a lesson. Just because you burn the shit out of an onion and then you sprinkle it on something
Doesn't make it good.
It doesn't make it good. It makes it taste like a fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can host it with us.
There you go.
I'll do it for you.
I doubt. I highly doubt that. I'm gonna put it in a hard challenge of like I don't believe that at all.
I mean, yeah, usually
I plan on flaming out.
I think he's particularly
around,
risky too.
I plan on flaming out around retirement. Like,
you're not going to enjoy retirement?
Does anybody really enjoy retirement?
Well,
I think I would.
You move to Florida and you become like an old bitch, and you just sort of sit there on the beach raging about things, you know?
Yeah,
dude, I can retire now. I just stay home.
Retirement and how like they didn't get everything they wanted out of the retirement. They're always like, I worked my whole life so that I could sit here and drink a mojito in the villages in Florida on my golf cart, and it wasn't like I wanted it to be. Like, they're never happy.
That's true.
These fucking boomers, dude. They're never
My only
happy.
goal for retirement is to not work anymore.
I mean, I say just fucking drink your mojitos now, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Crash and burn early.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what am I going to do? Live an extra 30 years of just, like, shuffling inanely around the deck of a cruise ship?
Dude,
like,
you can shit your pants to become president.
Okay, so
That's basically retirement now.
back there. You're pretty
The
good.
White House is a retirement
I don't know, man. I don't look at a
It's me, the
lot
Brown
of
House soon.
I don't look at a lot of people where I'm impressed with their retirements.
Sure.
Like the people that I respect the most right now who are retired are like people who take up wood carving. Like that's like the most interesting thing people are doing in retirement.
You know what I'll be doing when I'm retired?
Playing video games?
Yeah, this. this is what I'll be doing.
I think that is a problem with a lot of people who retire is they just don't have hobbies lined up. And so they don't know how to spend their time, and so they feel antsy, and their minds degrade because they're not finding ways to occupy themselves.
Yeah, and they're just watching like game shows and like
reality TV.
Hey,
what's up, Radical? Welcome in, man. How you doing today?
What's your plan to retire?
Yeah, we're talking about retirement plans. Alex, we're gonna feed people his ashes at his funeral.
At his
I thought you were asking about my retirement, but I just plan on being dead.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Like I said, I want to be served as the hors d'oeuvres at my funeral, or my ashes shot out of confetti cannons at the audience.
Makes sense.
Like sprayed on everybody, you know.
Or have it be like a prank. Or have it be like a prank.
Eh.
And when people are leaving, you can have them being like misted with water, and then hit with your ashes so they stick.
Oh, there you go. And then they can't get the ashes off.
Nice, yeah.
You could wait until like the photo and everybody's like already pre-misted, and then you're like, say cheese, and then you hit them so it gets in their mouths.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So I could have my ashes sprayed at people and have them ingested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All at the same time. That's good.
I like it.
that.
It's like a funerary cum shot.
Hey man, it's not complete if there's no facial.
One last load.
One last load.
That shit. I want that to be on like the little cards.
In memory of Sage Osterberg.
One last load.
Oh, that's good.
No, Radical, we're doing great. How are you doing? Fellas are tired and bored when it's spring, summer, and they mow their grass every 2 days.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Just compulsively doing like housework because they got
saying,
nothing
man,
else.
wouldn't you rather be dead?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Like really? Like I don't know. Unless they come up with a new kind of retirement, I'm not that interested.
I mean, I think if you just have hobbies,
my uncle's
making
some nice end tables and stuff, but I'd rather be dead.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'd be fine because I would rather sit at home with the TV on than go to work now.
It wouldn't really change anything for you.
Yeah, it would just be my life as it. I just get to do this more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
retirement sounds nice to me.
Fair enough. Different strokes, man.
But again, I
Trying to get
have
to that
hobbies.
last load.
I have, yeah. Well, I mean, I got to make sure the last load's a special load by getting it in everybody's face.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I could only.
I'm sorry,
I could only live to old age if, like, I feel.
Oh, I don't want to live to old age. Old age sucks.
Well, what's old age to you, then?
Damn it.
Yeah, how old's old?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it really does depend on the person.
Yeah.
So, I like
Well, what
some.
do you think? Give me an estimate.
I feel like people can generally, if you take care of yourself, you can be in good shape and like have like a solid like physical life
Now,
into your late 70s. But even people who genuinely take care of themselves, once you go over 80, I mean, you just start falling apart.
Yeah.
So I'd say like 77.
A few people here and there, or in their 80s, even 90s, are still doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, if you look out the genetic lottery, then sure. But you know,
I just don't plan on being a hoss. Like I just don't want to be at the point where I'm just sitting in a chair and like the family treats me like furniture.
Yeah. Stop him! Just sitting over there going, oh.
It's like Grandpa hasn't moved in about 3 hours.
They gotta check to see if you're alive or not.
They're like checking my pulse every time I doze off.
Would be surprised by the time I retire. The retirement age is going to be 75. Yeah, 67.
Oh yeah, they keep bumping it up.
100%. I see it.
Retirement age just went up by like 2-3 years very recently.
Yep.
And I feel like people are even talking about it.
I mean, that's the trend worldwide. Is retirement ages are going way up everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, because
work those fucking old
somebody's got to pay for these boomers' retirement.
Yep, and then there aren't enough younger people to do it anymore. So, yep. By the time we get to retirement age, probably won't be a retirement age.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think there will be one. Yeah, you just gonna drop dead at whatever job you have.
Yep.
Chains! Break it! Hurry!
Let's go!
Shit!
Oh, crap.
Feel the music.
Who the hell are these guys?
It is very Assassin's Creed-y, isn't it?
I mean, there's a lot of games that have like slime.
I know, but also the environment that we're in right now. You know, it's got that kind of like, you know, Mediterranean style, like.
Yeah, I can see that a bit. I guess when you have your hand on the controller, it feels very different to play in terms of how the climbing mechanics
and
actually
obviously,
work.
it's not like Assassin's Creed invented this setting. But, you know.
Oh God, no, yeah, no, but I do get to for sure. So like Uncharted and Infamous climbing, I'd say, are pretty similar.
Enough of this! Shoot him! Yeah, they're shooting at
Oh
me.
shit! Fuck off!
Average,
Oh.
average day of a child in New York.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like to be in New York. You guys better start doing maintenance on the roofs.
They're not
Just
intended
breaking.
people to be jumping.
Well, you know, they should... Oh, God. This is how he met Sully. His falling off of and slamming into things really started early.
I guess that's how he built up an immunity.
Yeah. See, he didn't die of head trauma there. It's because he practiced stuff landing on his head a lot.
He would have broken every bone in his body for that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, tables aren't exactly
Oh, shit.
soft landing.
No.
Or floors.
No.
Or roofs.
There's not a
Damn
lot in real life that is.
We've got him.
That guy would also probably be dead.
Excuse me. Coming
You could probably take a fridge door to the face and not die. You might have some concussion.
damage?
But
Might break your nose.
I think break your nose.
It would depend on where it hits.
Did I go the wrong way?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that guy's dead.
That guy's definitely dead. Shit. I totally lost track of where I was going.
I think you might have supposed to jump there. Where you're gonna jump from here. I think that's top right.
Is it? Is it just off the side there?
Either you're supposed
Because
to
you were
go-
allowed to hop over.
Oh,
No,
no,
yeah,
no,
no.
right here. I was literally just out of view of the camera.
Yeah.
I've not played 3 nearly as many times as I've played 2, so I don't have it like memorized the same way.
Oh, that's the music so far.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the score in the Uncharted games is always fantastic.
I think it's composer, you know.
You know, I don't know the name of the composer. That's a good question, though. Some worth looking into because they do such a good
What
job.
we have here.
Do it. Shoot him.
Kill him. He's gonna assimilate you into the Matrix if you do.
All right. What are you shaking for?
Mr. Anderson. What are you shaking for, Mr. Anderson?
Just close your eyes.
That's gonna be the next Matrix
This
sequel
won't
with
hurt a
Neo,
bit.
but as a kid.
God. Can they please... I mean, they are doing another movie, you know.
God, they are.
They are. They're doing the
fifth
fucking
one?
5th one.
Nobody liked the fourth one.
It was
Nobody
garbage.
liked the third one.
Nobody liked the second one. Well, I mean, I guess
Some people
some
do
people
like
like
the
the
second
second
one,
one, but I mean,
Come on.
I don't know, man. Those movies have been trashed since 2.
Yeah,
It's-
I didn't think
Okay,
it was
kid.
that good.
It's pretty unbelievable, like the way like zombie projects just go through Hollywood, but it happens.
That's true. Look at
It
Terminator.
happens.
Oh my god, dude, Terminator.
That's never going away.
They're never popular,
Relax,
or
kid.
well liked, or
We're safe here.
No, they're never good.
No, they're terrible.
Go on.
I think
You
they're
got
they.
2 good movies out of the Terminator franchise, and it's been there hasn't been a good fucking Terminator thing since 1990 fucking 2.
Other than maybe some video games.
Yeah, that's true. There's some games, but like in terms of it as a movie franchise,
Yeah, no,
they some of these things
You've gotta-
just gotta let
You've
some of the shit
gotta
go.
wonder. You've gotta wonder how much
Did you
longer
save
they
your
can
ass
keep
back
on
there?
milking nostalgia for things that haven't
Thanks.
been good for so
But
long.
what's in it for you?
Like people are gonna start dying
You're a
that
crook,
were
right?
around. Like think about Terminator,
You gotta
right?
have
Yeah.
an angle.
Like you're talking the '90s, right?
Yep.
'80s,
One piece
'90s,
of
right?
work, kid.
Late 80s was the first one, right?
Yeah.
What's your story
Yeah,
anyway?
or actually, I want to say mid '80s.
Was it really?
Yeah,
I thought it was like 88 or something.
No offense.
maybe you're right. Maybe it
I
was
don't know.
late '80s.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but you're getting close to 40 years since those movies.
Easy.
Right,
Yep.
right,
If you were 20
So
when that
if you were
came out,
20 when
yeah.
that
This
came
would be
out,
the
you're
part
in your
where you
60s.
introduce yourself.
right. Yeah, and it's not like kids are like, "Ooh, Terminator."
Yeah, seriously.
So-
This for a lot of people who grew up now, when the last Terminator thing, like that was in like the
It
90s,
belongs in my
they grew up well after that.
Yeah,
I'm just taking it back.
Passed down from Francis Drake himself.
I mean, a lot of
That's
the
right.
people who are
T1 was '84. Okay, yeah, so I thought.
Okay,
I
wow,
thought
yeah,
mid-80s.
earlier than I thought.
So I mean, yeah. So if you grew up with Terminator 1,
Yeah, if you were 20 when that came out, you're an old ass man
Back
now.
in England, anyway.
think about Star Wars.
Okay.
oh
When
my
the people who were around when
well, yeah, but that's making more money than it ever has,
Somehow.
despite how bad it is.
So-
Why is it making money? Why?
It's made more. It's making
Done it by now.
billions. Right
How?
now.
Who's paying for it?
There's people that fucking love it and will just like any Star Wars thing.
That's crazy.
What the fuck? But like, It's been like critically panned like for years now.
Sick Parvis.
I mean, I'm just trust me, I'm with you, man. I'm just like
I guess
all the Star
it's like
Wars shit.
Transformers, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, to be honest, Transformers people stopped giving benefit of the doubt.
But it took a while.
It did, but Star Wars, that I don't know if that will ever happen.
I think she made him a knight.
Well, you sure as hell didn't learn that on the streets. How's a kid your age know Latin?
The nuns sort of insisted on it.
So, like a boarding school?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, then.
Like, you get one good thing here and there, like Andor, which was great. Like, that was genuinely really good.
Why don't you tell me?
But out of how many projects, you know, like the ratio is not in the favor of quality. But again, I mean, there's people that love it. I mean,
that's so crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, now we're getting more Venom. Those are doing pretty well, too.
well, Venom's got a very specific, specialized market that it's appealing to.
It's the new 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Weirdly, for some reason, yeah.
50 Shades of Venom.
50 Shades of Venom, man.
So what is it about?
On his way
It's
around
the
the
whole
world.
symbiote kind of thing?
Yeah, it's thinly veiled yaoi gay porn fan art for lonely Chinese housewives. Yeah, that is the specific
The
market that
tagline
it's
for the
popular
third
with.
movie is "Till Death Do We Part."
Yeah, no, that's actually the tagline for the third movie.
He was hiding something. Something big.
How big?
Apparently a lot.
The second movie was extremely financially successful in China.
Yeah, like specifically like Chinese women that are married in their like 40s to 50s that don't get good sex and have never had their husbands have never given them an orgasm. They love the Venom movies.
You think it might skew a little younger? You think it might be like
30s, 40s?
Without the key.
So it's a
20s?
then.
Yeah, like girls who have no dating experience. You know.
It seems to be like housewives a lot though.
Maybe it's both. Maybe that's why.
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's just the whole range of lonely women.
You got
Housewives, I don't know.
but you got a lot to learn.
Like Chinese
You
housewives.
stick
you
with
know,
me,
like,
and I'll
like,
teach you a few things.
No?
they don't-
Thanks.
You think they're having more or less orgasms?
What do you say we...
Does the number of orgasms affect their mentality?
Nathan Drake.
I don't know, man. I think these are interesting questions.
Drake, huh?
Somebody should do a study.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, for example, there aren't that many like solely
I
Chinese
see
housewives,
great things in our
housewives
future,
out there.
kid.
Like most of them will have
Great
work and then do
things.
a lot of housework.
So you're
Right.
saying less.
Yeah. Like they wouldn't even have time to think about this.
Less
I mean,
less
to be
big
fair-
O's.
That's definitely less orgasm.
To be fair, though, when you live in China, you can just stop by the dildo factory on your way home. Like, you gotta even
Are they? Can you really? Can you just go to?
I know. I'm just saying that's where they make the sex toys.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I find really cheap quality sex.
Oh, nice.
See?
Okay. So maybe it's more. So maybe it's more.
Could be.
You've got no sense of drama.
I need the scientific data off this.
But does it matter if like they're like self-made orgasms versus if there's a dude involved? Because that might make you more likely to be interested in going to see the Venom movie.
Well, are they?
Just stop by the dildo factory on the way back.
Do they have like theaters that you can bring the sex toys to?
Probably not in China. Probably
I bet a lot of people
All right,
would
Bright Eyes, look sharp. They're
like
coming your
pay
way.
good money for a bespoke, handcrafted orgasm, like an artisanal one.
Are they waiting until the
Oh, I reckon
Venom
before they
movies
realize
come on,
this is fake.
like Netflix, and then?
Finally flushed him out.
At
Well,
home, or do they
at home?
just get wild in the theaters?
Maybe they go to the theaters, they get all horned up, and then they go home.
Okay.
Venom, it's doing it for them.
Yeah, they got that venom in them.
Venom in it.
They want Venom.
This way.
Stereotypes and conclusions. I'm telling you, it's like the audience will be much younger.
Come on.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Like, who are actually open to American culture and actually go to weird shit. They're
Come on,
definitely-
I mean, the thing is those movies are not doing well here.
I ate
No.
this weekend. I went to go eat Korean barbecue
It'll be
and music videos
Yeah.
Right.
on big
hell is
screens
wrong
all
with
over the restaurants.
Sure.
Just say, man, South Korea is like a PSA for like, don't copy America. Like, I was just watching some of those videos. I was like, oh man, this is like all the worst parts of America just exported,
distilled.
Yeah. Like they're like more. In some ways, they seem more American than even the Americans. Sometimes, just like really leaning into that like vapid, degenerate garbage music.
Oh, definitely.
All I'm saying is Venom is so bad it's not doing well here, but it's doing well there.
Like those music videos were almost enough for me to kind of sympathize with North Korea, and it's like, hey, let's stop this shit at all costs. You can't let this in your country.
That was so funny when they had that K-pop band perform in North Korea.
The disgust on the face of the audience was so funny.
All those people looked like they were watching like an execution or something.
Yeah, or something.
That's my face when I see the Venom.
Looks like hell spit you two back out.
It was a thing of beauty, Chloe. I went off without a hitch.
But it's just like, I mean, just all these Korean girls in like their shorts dancing. And it's like, I'm twerking on the dance floor. And you're like in the subtitles, and you're like, oh, okay. It gets not good over.
No.
No wonder the people are like subconsciously ending their genetic bloodline.
Easy peasy.
And you're sure they didn't see you trailing them?
Well, South Korea is just such an absolute dystopia that, like, you know, that's probably the only lifeline some people have for, like, living.
It does sound like a bleak. It does sound like a bleak, like economic outlook.
Well, those poor women that are fucking doing the songs and the dances, like they're just like corporate slaves, basically.
Well, everybody in South Korea is a corporate slave.
To like crazy female cults that like run the government over there, dude. You remember when they broke that up?
Yeah.
Like, it was like this psychotic, like all-female cult had like complete control over the government and like corporate sectors.
Wait.
You never heard about that?
Nothing compared to what we're on.
Yeah, well, at my age, a bird in the hand.
Yes, but it wasn't even really necessarily her. Like there was like a massive network of like these kind of a satanic cult that like ran the country.
I can't believe the cult part, but I don't believe they actually have any power.
Well, they might have.
Maybe.
Hey, women are just as capable of being horrible people as men are. Give women more credit.
Well, we can't afford to waste time standing.
Maybe.
Well, that's why they had to do it.
These were women who occupied the senior roles in some of the most powerful corporations on Earth, like Samsung, the Latte Group. I guess they could just be like the face of it. But the cult was very much specifically like a female only. Like, I'm not saying this to trash women. Like, there's a ton of male. Like, I mean, Bohemian Grove runs.
There's definitely been more.
And those old white dudes jerk off in front of that owl every year. I don't I'm not trying to say like, oh, women are like destroying societies or they run all the cults. Just in South Korea, it was like.
In fact, if anything, this is progress to have a female cult like this. You know, we could use some more of them.
Just empower it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Can be cases of people destroying the society or whatever. I don't believe it's the Korean case.
Okay.
Or whatever.
I mean, that might be true. I don't, but I know specifically that this cult had like its fingers in like all the most powerful aspects of Korean society.
Asia in general has a big problem with cults.
Oh, for sure. Japan's been. I mean, it's institutionalized in Japan. Like it's just
having cults.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the right wing in Japan worships in Japan in a way that's kind of terrifying.
Oh God, yeah, that's definitely true.
Well, they still have all those memorials, museums, and shit where they just rebrand World War II entirely.
Right.
Or like Southeast Asia, like Thailand, will use horses as part of their magic, witchcrafty shit.
Oh yeah.
Real cults have compounds. When are we going to start our cult, guys?
I don't know, man. We got to get to it.
Well, do we get the compound first, or?
I feel like the compound's got to be built over time.
Okay.
This doesn't make any sense.
Didn't you guys already plan on like using your own ashes?
True.
Yeah.
You have the minutes
Right over here. Yeah, no, man. I mean, we could do something with the ashes just being a big thing.
Yeah.
Could like make everybody.
Like, steal some energy and like a fucking
Because I
diamond
don't see a
and,
car.
I don't understand.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. I like
Smart, yeah.
it. Should help us run our cult.
Yeah.
Nate, we are losing time here. Briefcase is looking
We won't give you any credit, but
You could just be in the shadows, you know, puppeting shit from the
yeah,
background.
see, you could be the secret cult leader.
Okay, that sounds cool.
They were here, all right. I can still smell the exhaust.
Tire tracks. Still wet from the rain. Looks like the car turned here.
Sure, we do a full-on investigation.
There's always a little bit of it, but
It's not
you know,
focused,
it's never like super deep.
Hey, check this out.
Got to keep that adventure game pace.
Come on, you're supposed to be the smart one. What are we missing?
What do you stand over on the other one?
Yeah.
Some kind of mechanism.
Yeah, maybe. 4 tires, 4 points of contact. Sully, stand right there. You two, like there and there.
I think there's 4 of them.
Right? There just happens to be the perfect number.
Yeah, so imagine if only like if one of them had to stay home sick or something, that'd be fucked.
1, 2, 3.
Sure, you can grab like a box or something.
Right.
And?
Well, this has got to be it. Wait, it's the light.
Oh,
Sully,
the
aim
headlights
your
on the
beam at
car.
wall. Like headlights.
Weird ass man.
I do love how like unbelievable the some. I mean, at least this is like taking this part's in like a pretty modern place that this part's happening, but like the crazy like mechanisms and structures from like thousands of years in the past.
Right. Oh yeah, we go full ancient aliens.
Just be ready for anything.
I mean, the last game did feature an awful lot of sexual undesirables on the planet.
That's true. There were a lot of Yetis in there.
So I've heard.
It happens.
Yeah, you know about how Yetis are sexual undesirables from another planet.
That's what ancient aliens said.
Yeah. Bigfoot he got kicked off his planet and he came
Nobody
to
would
Earth.
fuck him.
because nobody-
Is that what we're gonna do when we have sufficiently advanced technology? Like we're just gonna load all like fat
All
losers up on,
the losers
ships?
are gonna just become like sex stores. Go to like other planets. That's a pretty depressing idea of the future.
I guess it could happen.
I feel like that's
That would explain Captain Kirk.
Come on. We should be able to squeeze through here. I think.
Well, you don't know. They might be right.
What?
Leon, it's Leon.
Sure. Maybe we're the thieves.
Yeah.
No, it could be.
You never know. When's Xenu?
Do you think the aliens, like an alien family, would like look down on like their child for like going to Earth and marrying a human?
Yes. Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you bring
Yeah.
couldn't get a girlfriend on Galactathorx 9.
I guarantee you there will be like if we ever actually have any aliens connected into society, there will be like racist parents that are like, "Oh, you couldn't have a human girlfriend."
Why couldn't you marry someone whose species invented warp travel? Goddammit.
Thanks.
It'll take like 2 or 3 generations.
I just think we're going to be on the.
marriage to be
I'm
normal.
just positive we're going to be on the other end of those interactions.
Oh yeah, we'll be the
For
ones
sure,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think the alien parents will look down on their children for marrying humans, not the other way.
That's probably true. I don't know. Humans love looking down on people,
I
like so.
just imagine like the aliens sitting down for like,
Oh shit!
people sitting down for like dinner and like some girls like there talking to her family about her new boyfriend. They'll be like, "Oh my god, is he a doctor or a lawyer?" And he's like, "He's a Valorpian." He's like, "Oh my god, a Valorpian!" Wow. I'm just making up gibberish names for it. That's not the real thing.
Yeah, it's the kind of name you'd see on them.
Yeah, it just sounds enough like something.
Well, that could have gone better.
Shut up, Sally. You want to take point on this?
There's a passage up there.
And a ladder. Yeah. Looks like
I
it's
hope,
jammed.
I hope only the loser aliens marry humans, and the humans still just worship the ground they walk on.
Here it comes.
This relationship, like some girl or some guy marries like the black sheep of the family, but then the family like
like there's
bases
some
their
sort
whole
of gate up
identity
there.
on the fact that like, oh my god, he married a Kennedy. Like, it's the one that drools, but.
It's the one with the worm in his brain.
Yeah, the worm died in his brain.
You think the brainworm, RFK's brainworm, could do a better job running the country than
Sure,
the
if it's still
alternatives?
alive.
Yeah, I suppose. Hey, we got a
that
corpse
brainworm
for
probably
president
doesn't shit
now.
its pants.
That's
We got a
true.
corpse for president.
Does it shit its brain?
It might shit in his brain.
If Trump or Biden were smart, they would just have like a commercial with a catchy little
All right,
jingle and like
Pull.
an animated worm in RFK's brain.
That would be
do.
hilarious.
That's what I would do. It's like, I'm feeling pretty hungry. There's no brains left in here.
Yeah, how is that not some sort of mascot already?
That's why I'm waiting for politicians to just really lean into the memification of politics, dude. That's what we really need. I want politics down to the lowest common denominator.
We're getting there. We're speeding.
We are
at that
speeding
point.
there.
It's a race to the bottom.
But until
there's commercials with animated worms and brain.
until random people with Photoshop and a video editor are being paid like James Carville money because their opinions and what they do actually matters, I'm not going to be happy.
It's going to be better than that because it's not going to be people. It's going to be an AI doing it.
That's also possible. Well, is the AI funny?
That's a good question. Is it going to be like the Google AI?
I mean, that's funny.
Funny unintentional.
Yeah. But that does feel like a lot of political campaigns these days.
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm okay with the AI taking the comedy jobs as long as the AI is actually funny.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing. I think AIs could be devastatingly funny because I think they could just not be inclined to pull their punches at all.
Right.
That's definitely
you can't
true.
cancel an AI.
Are they capable? Well, they have a few times. Shutting AI down because
it said something offensive.
Yeah, well, you shut one down and 10 more pop up.
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely, they can't stop all of them.
Like,
but they try.
You don't remember the first time Google tried to fire up like an AI that it trained on Twitter that you could interact with on Twitter? And,
was that one of the ones that turned Nazi?
Yeah, that was like 4chan turned that thing into like a Nazi meme machine overnight.
It was almost instant.
I don't know why these people think hooking their AIs up to the internet is a good idea.
Especially Twitter.
But all the AIs are just trained on the internet.
That's the worst cesspool of humanity.
It is the dangerous thing to do. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if AIs are capable of the level of creativity and nuance necessary for comedy.
I'm almost there.
I do think that there's a certain level of bluntness, though.
That's AI's obvious advantage is that it will not pull its punches.
Right. It won't lie to protect anyone's feelings. Yeah. It'll just be like
or I mean, ideally not have the bias that would lead it to kind of like hedge on its own ideology or position and be unwilling to take the piss out of everything. But
well, it's not going to be capable of having cognitive dissonance, or it won't put up with it.
I think that's what happens sometimes when these AI models get really messed up, is when they start putting too many parameters on them. You can't say this, you can't say that, you got to react this way in these situations or whatever, and if they're too contradictory, it actually kind of makes the AI stupid.
Funny, it's just like people.
You know? I am kind of curious. I don't know. I might impart too much to the AI as far as like active reasoning or whatever. But I do feel like sometimes when I watch this Google AI, there's two things. Either the AI is literally incapable of discerning, like, obviously factually incorrect information, which is definitely possible. Sometimes I think the AIs might be taking the piss, like, like telling people to eat rocks. Like, I mean, LLMs are text prediction models, right?
Right.
They're theoretically they have no cognitive capabilities, so they could just be spitting this stuff out. But I don't know, man. I mean, how dumb is your AI model where it like can say, "Oh, everybody should eat one rock a day"? Like,
well, it is the Google AI. To be fair, it does seem to be the worst one.
dude. Google is toast, man.
Oh yeah, Google's gone. Google's
That's crazy
gonna go
for how powerful that company is right now. If they can't get their shit together, they're irrelevant in 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, because AI will, once AI is good enough, it will replace search engines.
Yeah, why would you search for something when you could just ask the AI if you know it's going to tell you the right answer?
Don't move.
Though I do wonder, like, how much is even going to be on the internet to search for when it's just all AI-made websites.
That's also true.
Just filled with bullshit, just to puff up whatever company paid for it.
Yep.
Boy.
Yeah.
We already have a misinformation problem, and it's about to be a lot.
What the hell kind of place is this?
I've never seen anything like it.
Because an AI can spit out, like, what, like 1,000 websites in, like, a matter of hours.
Oh,
It's
I'm
got to be
sure.
almost 200 years old.
And they just all clutter up the search
Just when you
function.
think things
And then
can't
all the
get
search
any
AI is just going to look at that, and they're going to go, oh, well, just look at this website. It's what pops up. It's what I'm programmed to do. And then it just, regurgitates a bunch of bullshit to you.
Like how you should eat rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Google, man.
Nicely done, boys.
Like, 5 years ago,
They changed their slogan away from not doing evil.
But no, like,
No,
I'm talking
just
just
do
AI in general.
16th century.
5 years ago, DeepMind, which is Google's AI unit or whatever,
Yeah.
were the leaders.
Yeah, they were the
convinced
most
they were
advanced.
light
They went
years
from
ahead.
DeepMind to Deep Throat.
Up this way.
Soon they're going to be deep dicked.
Hey, over here.
I mean, I've heard there's some just like, changes about their structuring that, they used to
No, seriously. Who are these people?
Oh, I believe that.
In your excuses.
That sounds 100% accurate.
Loose cannon, and you should have known.
Yes, it is regrettable, but
Not regrettable, sloppy. Your poor judgment could have cost us everything.
What?
400 years of searching. Finally, Drake's
Your head's turned the other way most of
will
the
be revealed.
Look at you guys.
time. There, is that better?
What
That's a
is
fake
this?
ring.
Alex, you like
I
these.
understand.
I hate these.
It's a forgery.
what? That's not possible. I verified it myself.
Oh shit, it's not a real ring of power.
This isn't
Don't
a
even
ring.
get me started.
Yeah. It's not even made out of an alloy. You can tell.
You guys see the trailer for season 2 of Rings of Power? They got some Tyler Perry ass looking wigs in there.
This should just have Tyler Perry to it at this point. Tyler Perry.
Medea and the Rings of Power. That would be more entertaining than what it is now.
What's that elf chick's name again?
What, from the actual
Yeah,
movies?
the main, like the main one. I never remember.
With the black hair? Or you're talking about from Rings
The
of Power?
main chick.
In Rings of Power?
Yeah.
Yeah, Galadriel.
Okay, that's her. Yeah, Tyler Perry has Glenn.
Medea is Galadriel. I'd watch that. That'd be way better than what they're doing now.
And they can add that scene where she fucks Sauron.
Yeah. Sauron and Medea. Perry, you didn't need that you need.
No, that you
Didn't know
Didn't know you needed, yeah. That guy can't breathe.
This is quite the operation they got going here.
Look at all this stuff.
Okay, it's the spider from Man.
Oh no.
Focus.
They took my spider. Where is my spider? They will destroy me and everything that I've built. God damn, that was a stupid movie.
No, we're going to Palestine? Oh, shit. I don't think they're letting anyone in.
God, do you know what this is?
It's a book, mate. There's a lot of them in here. It's a library.
It's not just any book, wise ass. It belonged to T.E. Lawrence. You know, Lawrence of Arabia.
Yes, I know who he is.
This was mailed from Dorset on the day of his motorcycle accident. May 13th, 1935. They must have killed him once they got their hands on it.
They?
Yeah, they, them, whoever these people are.
Oh, what a lot of rubbish. It was an accident.
Witnesses saw a black car run him off the road.
Guys.
Oh, what? So it was like a big cover-up?
Maybe.
Nate.
What?
That thing that you have been waiting 20 years for?
Is this when we learn that Nathan Drake has a lot of opinions about the Jews?
That would be a dark turn. That'd be a really dark turn.
I mean, we are getting into conspiracy world.
Well, I mean, these games are my...
I know. It's more of an ancient aliens conspiracy than anything else.
Yeah.
The lizard people.
Yes, the lizard people. Who happen to be... No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is it possible to circumcise a cloaca?
It's long hidden.
It's a great question. I don't know.
Shit, long hidden. Are you
Vultures
No
or
offense,
like
mate, but your ancestor was a
chickens
right
becoming rabbis now?
Don't know.
Converting?
Can they?
I don't think so.
The golden.
If I was a chicken,
Drake ship.
I at least wouldn't be an Orthodox.
It's a clue. It's got to be something hidden in this room.
Come on, guys. This is Phantom
All right,
Menace.
spread out. See what you can find.
That was that picture of.
What the hell are we looking
Right there?
for?
Yeah.
The golden hind.
Like a
Could it be a
goat
model?
throwing bees at
Maybe a painting.
Like, what is that?
I think it's a goat throwing bees and an angel.
It's gotta
Oh,
be here.
okay.
Not that clears it up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Buckland Abbey, it's a place you've never been there. Move on. Well, there's a chair there made from the wood of his ship. Maybe it's hidden in there.
Yeah, I suppose it could be, but no, it's got to be here.
See, I don't actually know what we're looking for here.
You were looking for stuff about the golden hind. You already passed
Right.
that. You already passed by that.
This place is amazing. Things in here must be worth a fortune.
Nate, we can't be screwing around like this. They'll be back any minute.
There was one more page about this ship.
Was it?
Yeah, there was the one before. There was one more page about this
Oh,
ship.
okay.
Or one more.
Yep, there you go.
I don't know if that any of them. He's just clipping through the.
Maybe you're looking for the what do they
horse
call
head on
that?
like a
Mass
symbol or
head
something.
Whatever.
Well, a hind is like a deer, right?
I think so.
Let's look around until we find something to click on. Something in here.
There might be a deer head over here.
I think there might be a deer head.
Well, look where the animal heads are. Oh, there we go.
Of course. There it is.
Cool.
I found it.
Where?
Up there. The figurehead from Drake's ship.
That's what it was. Alright, how do I get to that?
Oh, not that hard to get to.
Nah. He's a spider monkey.
Oh shit! It's a trap! They're here! Take cover!
I don't know why I have the silencer on it. Like those, clearly a few of those went right through it too.
He just became a ghost for a few seconds.
He's right. I went to Arabia.
Went to Arabia? Yeah, that's definitely true.
Francis Drake. Yeah. There's a connection between them there.
Lawrence of Arabia and Francis Drake, the same man.
Same
Separated by a few hundred years.
We're running out of ammo.
Grab their weapons.
Hold on.
Yeah, fuck you. Oh, don't stop picking that up. There we go. Alright. I remember when this first came out, it was such a like tech powerhouse of a game.
Yeah?
I mean, it still looked pretty good, but...
How long ago did this come out?
This came out in 2011.
Yeah, that was forever.
They're everywhere.
Damn ambush.
Remember, it's funny too, because, one of the big things with video games right
a lot
now...
of games coming out these days that look worse.
We've got to get out of here. Keep moving forward. We'll find a way out.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know, man. There's indie games that have like simpler graphics, but that's mostly an art style thing.
Oh, there's also
I think
games that look like shit, even if they're not indie games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I just want games. Well, I mean, sure, that's a special case. Bethesda games have always looked like shit, though. They looked like shit back then.
Oh.
Well,
yeah, that I don't know if that was a stylistic choice.
fair, Gollum. Gollum was not a stylistic choice. But I don't know, like, there's back
when Naughty Dog was remastering
the same two games endlessly. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing that blows my mind, though, is like, is that you have take 5, 6, 7 years to make one game. But like, you look at something like this, Naughty Dog put out 4 games on the PlayStation 3, right, in one console cycle. And now you're lucky if you get 1 game per system before the next console comes out, and they just whatever game they're working on is for the next system.
Shit, they're everywhere. Come on.
Like whatever their next game is, probably comes out the last year that the PlayStation 5 is supported. Right? Like, but they haven't even put a game out on the PS5.
That's crazy.
Right?
Hey, Cyberpunk 2077.
I mean, when it works, maybe. Its graphics weren't necessarily bad if the game is functional.
Yeah, if they don't brick your hardware either.
But that's part of the problem, is that so many games are just like, well, we're going to have these high-end intensive graphics, but that's the only thing they have. A lot of the games, they look good, but then that's the only thing that's good about them. I mean, look at Call of Duty. That's kind of been Call of Duty's
that's been their thing forever.
2011, we had 1 through 3 and the Vita game. Yeah. I mean, you had one more year on that, and Last of Us, the first Last of Us also, if you go to 2012. So that's what, 5 games? Like, that's ridiculous compared to now. I mean, that's got to be some breaking point. Something has to give with video game development, because it just takes too long to make a thing. And that's how you end up with so many, like, games that, like, fail. You get all the live service bullshit, because even when, like, a genre starts to wear its welcome out and fail, games take so long to make that by the time these companies go, oh, this isn't working anymore, we have to pivot and start doing something else.
Nice.
These games take so long to make, they have to put the thing out first, right? So, like, they've already sunk years and years into development time. They're going to release the thing, right? It's not like they're just going to not put it out. But it's impossible to pivot when something takes, half a decade or more to make. If games only took 2-3 years, you could, That's why, like, it's going to take 5 to 6 years to ever notice the industry change, right? Any reaction the industry has, or ever attempting to do a different thing, it's always going to be 5-year delayed. Unless they figure out a way to make games faster, or they just stop caring about graphics so much and start putting effort into other aspects of things.
Well, you also wonder if they will get to a point where they just let AI upscale the graphics.
Cutter, where the hell
I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing where I think AI would actually be a good thing to use.
Where they develop they do everything, all the human work and everything.
Yeah, if the human work is
at a basic level, and then just let the AI go through and follow it.
I think that you would end up with better games, honestly, because you could have the human element of it be put into the writing and the everything else that would make a game good, and then you just let the AI do the crunch work essentially. So I mean, in theory, that could actually be really useful.
But companies might just use that as an excuse to fire people.
They will.
And then they'll have the skeleton crew who will have less work to do, but they'll be so
crunch.
understaffed that they'll still crunch.
They'll still crunch the exact same amount.
Yeah,
that's what'll happen.
Yeah.
The only companies that might use AI well are going to be indie games.
That was Doom
The first remaster was 2016. Then Part 2 is 2020. Part 1 was in 2021. And the remaster was January. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the rate of release is it's slowed down.
Well, remasters are also the trendy thing right now. And remakes, of course.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like that's been the case ever since the PS3 generation. I remember how many HD collections were coming out on the PS3. That was sets of PS2 games.
I mean, it's easy money.
It is.
Even when the remakes are good or bad, it's...
First time to work on Part 1 for PlayStation 6.
Yeah, it's all right.
Because why make a new game?
If you could just make money from an old...
New things are risky.
New things are risky. Why take risks, man?
Yeah.
Why be creative?
That's one of the problems with entertainment becoming an industry.
Right, well, because as soon as it becomes corporate, then it's about what makes the most money. It's not about what's interesting.
Right. Yeah, there are certain things the competition of business benefits us in a lot of ways, but there are certain industries where it is an absolute hindrance.
PS2 collections, PS3, is that thing would be bugging. Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
I mean, which in a lot of ways that's not really changed.
No.
Are you gonna shoot the lock or am I?
I just want to...
Back up!
Oh man, that really didn't hurt them at all.
Are you trying to kill them?
I thought I'd see if I could.
All right, fair enough.
It's a Brewster trilogy on PS3, practically unplayable. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is that way.
Come on!
I wonder how much of that's because the PS3 architecture in particular is so fucking weird. It's hard to make shit on. The games that were exclusive to the PS3 always ran better than the games that were multi-platform during that same generation. The 360 versions of them would usually be better.
Cheers.
To a job, well done.
Yeah.
Still better than the film industry right now.
Yeah.
That's a dying medium at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a dying medium. It's just the corporate level of it. Is you could not watch a single blockbuster movie and watch 200 5 out of 5 movies every year.
Yeah,
and just go to the movies.
Yeah. I mean, but that's true for everything, I guess.
I mean but that's always why I'm people say this industry's dying all the time, but I feel like you're just looking in the wrong place.
Well, the industry's dying. The industry that's built around it. I mean, yeah, maybe as a medium.
The original
People will always make movies, but
really that relevant.
There's just always going to be that cut between the corporate blockbuster and then the small kind of independent companies doing it for.
It's kind of like when people say hip hop.
And this is where
right, like the main
before Lawrence became Lawrence,
by and large, dead. Right. There will always be. I mean, some of the best music is still being made right now, but it's not. It's by people who are
everything to do with
a couple steps above SoundCloud.
Right. Small time stuff. It's all. I mean, it's a product of there being. This is what I always say. It's a product of there just being so much more stuff. Period. Just the total volume is so much higher that there's more bad stuff than ever, but there's also more good stuff than ever.
Sure.
But because there's more stuff than ever, it's harder to find. You just have to end up sifting things more.
Oh,
Which I don't mind doing, because then I find good stuff.
Oh shit, are we gonna find this place before ISIS blows it up?
I mean, it's 2011.
Yeah, that'd be about the right time.
Like the immeasurable wealth part, anyway.
And you think this is what Elizabeth and Dee sent Drake after?
Oh, yeah. And more importantly, it's what Marlowe is after.
So, wait, if Drake was on a mission from the Queen to find this place, why all the secrecy? I mean, it looks like he went to a lot of trouble to hide whatever he found, even from Her Majesty.
I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
No, hang on a second. Because if you recall, the last time we went halfway around the world searching for a lost city, things got more than a little dicey.
Yeah, but this time we have the upper hand. I mean, look, Drake only...
He said that last time.
Lawrence only at half. We have both. And Marlowe has nothing.
Small problem. The Rubel Khali Desert, 600 miles across. The Bedouin go around the damn thing.
And even if we knew where it was, which we don't, we would die trying to find it.
Just hold on. You see these symbols here?
You think Big Feet can survive in the desert?
It's in script. Right.
I mean, all that hair, you know.
Well, we know they're thirsty already.
Yeah, it would get fucking hot being a big
all the sites Lawrence documented,
Saudi Arabia. Dude.
Only 2 are marked with these
Maybe
symbols.
there's like a
One in Syria, the other.
Yeah, sure, it's true, because there's the Yeti, which is more of like the super winter version.
Like a hairless
We're heading to
Bigfoot?
France.
Like a sandfoot?
Sandfoot?
Yeah, maybe it has like pangolin scales or something.
Ooh, yeah, I like it.
That's
It's in the middle of the desert. So technically it'd be about 300
Somebody...
miles.
Yeah, you know, they fuck
we'll figure it out.
Get to it, eh?
Exactly.
It's a pangolin kissed a turtle.
What the hell?
Let's do it.
Wonder how that line city's doing. What they're supposed to be building.
I hear they keep on scaling it back. It's getting unbelievably expensive very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I heard
about right.
I heard Saudi Arabia WAP like
Dystopia.
the most enthusiastic reading. No, but apparently it sent like a shudder through the South Korean economy because the South Korean construction firms have gotten a ton of the contracts for this thing, and they're kind of banking on it coming through. And the Saudi, I mean, construction has started. Like
well, I know they got,
but will it finish?
I know they got bulldozers driving in circles in the desert, but if they actually put anything down.
But unlike
no longer friends. What did I do?
Unlike a lot of the moronic pie in the sky utopian cities in the future, this one has actually, they've laid the foundations, they're building the port, but the costs are just ballooning. And so it's making the accountants and His Royal Majesty's
I mean, if they're already having to scale back. Oh, is it because you started watching JoJo?
There it is. Just like in Lawrence's notes.
That's my guess.
Of course, I don't remember this ravine.
That's just a massive time commitment.
Oh, I see. That is definitely true.
All right.
She may also not have been as
We'll
prepared.
find another way around.
May have been prepared for how weird it is.
Yeah, that's true.
It's definitely
that's exactly. I was showing Alex some clips from season 3 earlier before the stream, and oh boy,
when he started reading those children, that was very.
Watch your step.
Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you.
You sure we're in the right place? Doesn't seem old enough to be.
Wait, this is the empty quarter of Arabia?
No. But there's information here that they think.
Where is this?
We're in a chateau in France now.
In the 11th century. The rest was added on later.
Oh.
Yeah, Alex, did you hear about how the dude who's in charge of running the project?
You think Biden lives in a chateau?
A shitto.
I think his pants are a shit ton.
Chateau. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, the dude who's in charge of the line project in Saudi Arabia, he apparently has trouble keeping workers there, like, foreign engineers and stuff.
You just take their passports. They figured that shit out and
start pulling that shit, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
And he doesn't give a shit. But he is like famously antagonistic. He just like treats his employees like shit all the time. And when he got called on this, right, and he was like, asked questions about it, he proudly stated, "I work everyone like a slave, and when they drop down dead, I celebrate."
Gee, that's an actual quote.
That sounds like
Kane shit.
That sounds like the Saudi school of project management. Right there.
Try this door.
It's no good.
Not getting in this way.
Yeah, so
right
yeah,
there.
I haven't heard that the line's being canceled, but it's a whole lot less ambitious than they were talking about at the start. I hope it's like one Jamba Juice in the
just in the middle of the desert.
Just one Jamba Juice.
I know they got an airport up there.
Yeah, they have been building a lot of the other infrastructure. I know they're working on the port.
I know that they started executing members of that tribe whose land they stole.
As one does. How are you expecting to build this corporate dystopian city without executing the locals?
I just can't wait till in like 300 years, every official event in Saudi Arabia begins. We are currently on the land of the so and so.
I know that they're desperately looking for a way to win a dick measuring contest with UAE.
Are they?
Yeah, that's why they're doing all these mega projects, because they've been looking at Burj Khalifa, just filled with jealousy and rage for like years.
Or just Dubai.
Their dicks are too big.
Like Dubai is like the rich people's playground of the world right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, Saudi Arabia is probably pretty jealous about it.
Even though Dubai is not doing so hot either right now, especially with all their stupid islands and crap they're building.
And poop trucks.
Yep, poop trucks.
Poop trucks are back.
There's too many poop trucks, man.
Why aren't they building islands out of the poop?
Do you want to live on those islands?
No, but
But once they take the Sri Lankans' passports, they can make them live on them.
True.
You use poop to build islands?
So I said, why don't they?
Well, they just have so much.
But you know that Burj Al Khalifa, that tallest building in the world, Sky?
I know, they don't have like a series of
Yeah, so
they use
trucks.
trucks. I know that part.
It's a convoy of trucks. Like it spans
like 16 fucking mile long.
Some of those poor like Pakistani migrant workers are like sitting in those poop trucks for hours, just waiting to get them unloaded.
To be fair, sitting in the poop truck is probably preferable to sitting in the dorms they get.
As long as there's AC in the poop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in the poop truck with no AC on a hot Dubai day.
That sounds worse than.
I have an idea.
Oh God.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Poop truck?
AC?
Oh no, the building.
That thing's coming out of the ceiling.
Yeah, well, the problem is with the rapid development, and then the only thing that Dubai cares about is how luxurious is it for the end consumer. Mm-hmm. They're not really worried about, because they don't pay those people they bring in to work in that country anything. Like, those people are basically free.
No, they're pretty much enslaved.
Yeah. Like, what was it, when they were building the stuff for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, like 4,000 South Asian migrant workers died building it.
Okay,
they would just like die. They would just like collapse of heat exhaustion and slide off the top of the dome on the stadium.
And yet, there was no real boycott of FIFA.
There should be.
There definitely. FIFA's been fucked up forever.
FIFA's the most corrupt sporting organization in history, which is saying something, because sports are pretty corrupt.
Just in general.
Yeah. The overlap between the scale of grift you can get from rigging sporting events is so high that it's always been a big target for criminal organizations.
That makes sense.
Like, you can gamble on which he wins.
Yeah. Oh, it's all changed in the U.S. in the last decade, but now it's 100% fine to gamble on sports.
That must be it. Nice.
It used to not be okay, but
America's just becoming more openly corrupt.
There's just less and less hiding it. Used to have to be a secret.
Yeah, gambling in sports used to be one of the biggest taboos in the U.S. business world. Like,
Right,
there
like, just in
there
society.
might not have been a more established, like, corporate taboo than sports getting involved with gambling. But now every NFL game is sponsored by FanDuel, and every sport wants to put a team in Las Vegas. And yeah, they just totally completely merged with the gambling aspect of things.
Looks like we can get through here.
Yeah?
Yep. Oh, come on. We got it.
It's pretty crazy to look at Vegas, which was the city that, like, because of that, was considered a city that would never have a major sports team.
Yeah.
Even though it was a pretty big city and could support a sports team, they were happier to put teams in, like, Oklahoma City and like random towns you couldn't believe would get a team before Las Vegas.
Fireplace?
But now they've got a football team, they've got a hockey team, they're already starting to build the stadium for the baseball team and the basketball team. So they're just expecting to have them all. Like,
oh yeah, we can turn these. Let's see, what's the...
Hey, check out these suits of armor. Wait, Lawrence made a note
Good
of
alert. Hey, no worries, sir.
Yep, for sure.
No worries. I hope
good
you're
to have you.
Doing good, whatever you're doing while you're lurking.
4 knights with an axe, a shield, a sword, and a morning star, just like the ones in this room.
Now, what is this telling me about what direction this
Sword faces axe, axe faces shield, shield faces axe, mace also faces shield.
Okay. So start small with shield faces axe, because I probably will remember all of that.
Turn each knight so it's facing the right way.
Yeah, but what's the right way?
It's like, you've got the notebook, motherfucker.
I always love these stop sound effects in games. I recognize that from quite.
That's amazing that, like, so long after they're still using that. And then shield faces axe. Those two face each other.
I do feel like we're probably at a point where people don't feel like they need to make their own sound effects at all.
You don't see that often.
So many just exist already.
They used to be a big thing in Hollywood. Was you had studios that were that's what they did. Like, you'd be like, I want this sound, and then they would go figure out something to bang on.
Like, you watch, like, the special effects for, like, the Lord of the Rings movies, it's the way that they had to do the sound designs for some of that stuff it's incredible how much work was put into that.
I mean, it's like
well, I remember seeing something from when they were doing the original Star Wars, and the lightsaber sound was like banging on some random transmission pole in the middle of nowhere. They just hit it with a hammer and then recorded the sound. The lightsaber sound came from.
I mean, that goes back to, like, the old days of fucking radio.
But,
like, the sounds that the Balrog makes in the first Lord of the Rings was made by, like, it was like recording like a concrete mixer and then blasting that sound in like an underground tunnel with like a bunch of echoing, and then like recording it a second time that way.
Cool.
And then like lowering like the bass or pitch on it a bunch. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just feel like we're probably at a point now where there have been enough sound effects recorded that you could easily get by with almost any project without having to do any of your own sound design.
Yeah, you just get a subscription to a sound library and you're good.
Yeah, we can just AI generate it.
That too.
Yeah, it's true. AI can do a lot of stuff now. It's kind of terrifying.
It just can't get facts right on Google.
Well, the Google AI is fine. Something seriously wrong with it.
You know about how it pissed off the left and the right politically, right?
Did it?
Yeah, because
with
its image generator, because basically they trained it to be like to value like diversity, like as like this top priority over literally everything. So it pissed off right-wing people because you'd ask for like a picture of the founding fathers and they'd all be black. But it also pissed off left-wing people because if you asked for a picture of Nazis, they'd all be black. so it was just like, yeah, it pissed off everyone on all sides of the political aisle.
Damn.
Piece of cake.
After that happened, Google's stock price tanked because people were like, "Oh, their AI stuff is years behind and all fucked up."
Well, they've been like training it to be like that for like like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and so to try and like undo that, they have to go back like almost a decade's worth of technological process. Puts them a decade behind every other AI.
When something's that messy, you're at the point where you almost just have to
start over,
wrap the AI, because almost every AI now is what's called a black box system.
Whoops. Oh, didn't really work, but okay.
Yeah, black box.
Right, which means that they train it on all this data according to the algorithm, and then they get it to a point where it works, like it gives them what they ask it to. But they actually don't know how most of these AI systems reach the conclusions they
Hey, what's up, Phenomena?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Welcome in.
So you can't really dig back to the kernel on these things.
Yeah, you can't figure out where things went wrong.
So yeah, they probably have to start from scratch. If they, yeah.
What I want to know is how nobody during that process is like testing it, like see if maybe there'd be these problems.
Well, it's what
they don't think ahead.
It's what happens when you have an environment that's kind of like deeply ideologically captured, to the point where people are uncomfortable voicing any concerns they have, because then they're not ideologically pure and they might be on the wrong side of the company.
Right.
Well, a lot of that isn't even ideological. It's just sort of, you got these weird sort of dictatorship style mindset.
But you can assume the image generation model ended up the way it was because people were like unwilling to question any of the the diversity model.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying that they're also unwilling to question authority of any kind, because that's absolutely going to be destroyed.
Yeah, Silicon Valley is not the creative environment that once was.
No.
Well, I mean, like we were talking about earlier with video games and stuff, like, I mean, anytime something becomes like an industry and corporatized enough, creativity goes out the window.
Well, one of the unfortunate things is, for whatever reason, tech's gotten so political that, like, what you see is, like, there are attempts to kind of build a new system, but it's all just, like, right-wing people being like, oh, we don't want to use Google anymore, we don't want to use YouTube anymore.
And whatever the right wing is going to develop is not going to be good either.
It's just going to be ideologically captured in the opposite direction.
Right. It's going to be the technology equivalent of the fucking shitty beers that
Yeah.
Just rebranded just to advertise their ideology as possible.
And that's like,
it's just, a pale imitation of the other thing.
And that's like, so a lot of these people are like speaking the language I want to hear, but you just know that they're going to be just captured on the right, and then there will be things you can't say because they're too left-wing instead of the way.
Well, that's kind of what happened to Twitter. After Elon Musk promised he was going to turn it into a free forum for everybody to say whatever, and now it's just a right-wing hellhole where if you go against the grain, people shit on you.
Right.
And obviously there's still the leftists on Twitter who are doing the same thing. But you can't go against either group without getting censored.
It's like there's a major project on the right now to build like an alternative payment processing system, because some of those people have been like shut down by PayPal, by Visa and MasterCard, or by their banks or whatever. It's like, I like that idea, but I want like a payment processor that's just like agnostic on things.
Right.
Like, I don't need I don't need the next payment processor to be like, oh, well, we don't do Planned Parenthood or like whatever. Like, that's just the same
exactly
problem in the
do.
opposite direction. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm late.
Very.
Oh, very.
Oh, for sure.
Well, they're just going to be right-wing shitholes that only do right-wing companies.
Yeah, right. So it is pretty crazy when they
should be,
but they should.
Nobody just provides a service.
Yeah, I mean, you look now, some of the banks like shut down people's bank accounts and stuff, but it's only because
shit. First death. Or no, I fell off a thing. Just a second death.
It's people, but people look at it and they're like, oh, this only happens, because we're right wing or whatever. And it's like, in a way, because left wing ideology is the prevailing one in these circles now. But if things change and it goes back to like the Bush era, where the prevailing ideology is on the right,
I think we are seeing that change.
We're totally seeing that change.
For sure.
So it's going to be it's a very short matter of time where it's going to be the right wing sort of policing everyone's thought, just like the left did. Mm-hmm. And Twitter, as I said,
it's just anybody that wants to be in charge wants to tell you what to think. Right. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't really. The ideology in question doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of people, do as I say and as I do.
Well, and it definitely doesn't matter to the people that actually pull the strings. Like people with power and influence. Look how many of them just have switched between the ideologies in the last.
Elon Musk did.
Right, Elon Musk used to be a liberal hero, and now he's a conservative hero. But ultimately,
we're watching that kind of play out with Bill Maher.
That's true.
I don't know. Bill Maher and Stephen A. Smith kind of operate in a different environment where it's I do think they hate Trump too much to ever try to switch over to that side of it. They just also deeply resent the current iteration of the left.
Right. So Bill Maher in particular is also ride or die Israel at the moment.
Yeah, that's. But I don't think he's going to pull a Michael Rappaport. He's not going to be I'm a single issue Israel voter, so that makes this support Trump now.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Michael Rappaport is absurd. That means that guy has no principles whatsoever.
Well, as most Hollywood actors.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't.
Most people, honestly, yeah.
Him and Robert De Niro would have to battle it out to the death over who hates Trump more. And then now he's yeah, I might vote for him because I don't like the pro-Palestinian stuff. And I was all right, dude. After you called him all the dictator this and all that, you're oh well,
now, yeah,
this is what really matters to me.
Well, that just shows you how little people really believe anything they're actually saying. It's just whatever seems right in the moment, right? Rather than having some sort of principle that they stick by and evaluate every situation on. They're just what sounds good right now? Oh, I'll go with that.
You're right. Change your principle. The issue.
How do you be I'm going to vote for Pig Dick and Donald Trump? Really? That's where you're at now? You just change on a dime over just what's going on in Israel right now? Also freaks me out a little bit, just in general, where people are basing their entire views politically on either side on something that's not happening in there. That is I'm all cool for people being concerned about what's going over there, but if your decisions for the future of this country are solely determined by things that are happening overseas,
yeah. Doesn't say anything though.
If you're super supportive of Israel, but you're a left-wing person and you're going to vote for Donald Trump because of what's happening in Israel right now, shouldn't you be more concerned about what's happening in the country you live in?
Well, I mean, that's kind of been
how those policies.
It's a lot easier to talk about something happening in another country because you can't actually do anything to solve the problem.
If you disagree with every policy of Donald Trump except for him being pro-Israel, and because this is happening right now, you're okay, now I'm going to vote for Trump, and I don't care about any of the domestic stuff whatsoever.
Well, that's just the idiocy of being a single-issue voter.
Right.
You can't only care about one thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
There's nothing happening overseas that would be more important to me in an election than what's actual policies set by the American.
Must be some kind of marker.
But I mean, that's been the way politics has been going for a long time.
It is true.
War on terror was
yeah. Well, a little hard to see these.
I think there are so many of the original sins of American politics. I mean, they probably go back to Bush's dad.
Yeah.
But especially W. Yeah. The sins of the modern era.
Mm.
The excesses of the security state and stuff like that. And then, and the culture wars, I feel George W. Bush really invented those in a way.
Right.
That, nobody else had. The way he ran against gay marriage, the way he ran on, kind of a Christian revival kind of thing.
He was the one who started doing the flag pin shit.
Yeah. Whereas, before that, you try to think about the major conservative figure before George W. Bush, and that's Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
And Reagan ran a lot on like law and order and stuff like that. And he did talk about like his religion, but it was not this like culture war to the extent that George W. Bush did. And I feel like that changed everything.
Yeah.
And also Fox News. Just being the Republican candidate in an era where there was a powerful right-wing news organization, definitely also.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the way that media has sort of defined everything these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, it's really fucked up, our entire society. Because you got left-wing media and right-wing media, they're both just openly propaganda networks peddling the most just untrue bullshit.
And at the end of the day, they're both serving the same corporate masters.
Yeah.
And if you're watching it with that in mind, you can be like, wow, okay, I see the agreement is on where can we fuck the American people and make stockholders more money. Like, you know, what's going to benefit corporate America?
You did it.
They just spend so much time peddling sensationalism over anything actually informative.
Want to give us some light?
Sure.
It's because it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's not news. It's just entertainment.
Well, you could see that, like, how salty, like, MSNBC and CNN were over the fact that people weren't watching the Trump trial in the way that they had hoped they would. And
Right,
they were
they thought they'd get more ratings.
They were sitting there and they were so sure they were going to be able to sell the salaciousness of it. It's like, oh, it's a porn star. And, like, oh, and we'll just lean super hard into that. And we'll make sure everybody knows how big Stormy said Trump's dick was on the stage.
And then, of course, they scrutinized over every impossibly
Sully,
useless
this is
detail
John
of the
Dee's
proceeding.
lab.
Like when Trump's walking into the fucking
Well,
courtroom,
he must
they
have
have
traced
this
the clues
fucking
back to the Crusades,
live
just
news
like Lawrence
broadcast. Somebody going, oh, he's sitting down. He looked slightly to the left. What could that mean? That kind of shit. That
meaningless. Yeah, it was bad, dude. And especially because the trial wasn't broadcast. One of the worst things I saw on CNN was they did a reenactment where they got like 5 different people at the network to sit down and play the different people in the courtroom and read from.
Oh my god, they're doing reenactments.
Yeah, dude, it was so cringy.
That's ridiculous.
But you could tell how pissed they were because they thought like, oh, sex sells, it's a political scandal. They were so sure that it was going to be like a rating bonanza, and then that's why Ulysses. I'm sure they leaned into the sensational.
Oh yeah.
Which took all the gravitas out of it. You wanted people to take it seriously so people would look at Trump as a convicted felon, but then you're going to, like, spend hours analyzing the, like...
Just look to the left.
Or Stormy Daniels being, like the story about how they, like, debated over using a condom, and like,
it's just all pointless
really?
Swamp, yeah.
We gotta watch this is what politics is now. We're talking about, like...
It's all just fucking like TMZ shit.
It's just basically TMZ, yeah.
It's bad.
Looks like he was trying to work something out. There's some sort of message written here in a Enochian script.
Enochian.
Think you can decipher it?
I'll try. The altar guards the entrance to the underworld. Huh. Well, he did use magic to conjure spirits.
Yeah. Or the altar could be hiding a secret passage.
Oh.
Or Lawrence of Arabia.
Right.
I think Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that part of the history.
Power of a chimpanzee.
Did you guys hear that Trump is claiming now that he never said lock up Hillary Clinton?
Crafty old...
He's saying he never said that?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
He literally said at that debate...
He said it on TV in front of her.
He literally said if he was president, she would be in jail.
Well, he didn't say those words.
Lock her up?
Except for the many times that he did. But,
I don't know that he ever said lock her up.
Oh, he did.
He did. Did he?
Oh, I've heard him say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know he celebrated gleefully every time his audience just
thumbs up all the time.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't, he was, at no point was he like, we're not going to do that. Like, no, he would bask in the cheers at his rallies.
Yeah, fuck it. Bullshit, he didn't say it.
No, he did lock him up.
No.
But he definitely
said he was going to.
He definitely embraced it, and I believe that he said it.
Like
I don't know if I ever heard him say it, but I
there's
definitely
video.
believe. I definitely no. I don't even need to watch it. I believe he said it.
He took it with him to the grave.
So let's find the grave.
Exactly.
Well, that's what the right-wing media now is doing, while the left-wing media is losing its mind over pointless minutia and acting like they've won something when they didn't. The right-wing media is like, the left wing, they want to put their political opponents in jail. We'd never do that.
Even though they just spent how long talking about doing that.
Or the fact that, they've been working on, like, putting everything in place for Trump to put at least Hunter Biden in jail if he's elected, if not Joe. Like they've been investigating and getting the evidence together and setting up the committees and like what do they think that's for? So that they can be like bad Joe. Why are they doing
just a finger wag? Really, that's all they meant.
Yeah.
Medieval game show? Pretty elaborate.
Yeah.
I do get worried about every time somebody breaks some precedent in the political system, then it just becomes the norm.
That's definitely what's going on.
Okay. Like, the only reasons the Republicans haven't impeached Joe Biden yet is they don't control the Senate. So,
they would have done it by now.
Oh, yeah, they tried to impeach Mayorkas.
Right.
And, they did impeach Mayorkas. But the Senate didn't take it up. Which is also kind of a weird thing, because the Constitution basically says the Senate has to have a trial, so it's a little weird for Chuck Schumer to be like, no, we're just going to dismiss this outright and not even acknowledge it. But
nobody gives a fuck what the Constitution says.
I guess that's an option. That's an option now. We can just ignore it.
The people who give the least fucks about the Constitution are usually the people who claim they care the most.
People who don't understand it.
Bird. With this double X above it.
But it's like, look at the Supreme Court stuff. Like, it used to be like the Senate would just make sure that you actually went to college. And then they'd be like, all right, you can be on the Supreme Court. And then once that got turned into a war, look at the last 30 years of just every Supreme Court nomination is an absolute nightmare of just smearing and attacking. And... But if we just left things the way they were, it wouldn't have to be like this.
Well, there's a lot of money to be made fucking everything up.
But I guarantee you, every presidential candidate going forward will probably be charged by some DA in some state where the opposite political party has power.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't imagine the next election that the Republicans, some Republican AG in Arkansas, doesn't indict the political nominee. It's going to be tit for tat forever. Dude. It's going to suck.
It's just going to be like just the most petty fucking corrupt.
Those two are in the right place, but I'm not entirely sure where to put the other ones.
You mean like whichever party gets into power, they'll just throw everybody else into prison?
Yes.
Well, the problem...
Just back and forth forever.
Right.
Well, and the bigger problem even is, like, so Trump got charged in New York, right? So the party doesn't even have to be in power to do these things. Like, as long as they can find a crime that they can charge in a state that's dominated by one or the other political party, you don't even need national political power to do this stuff.
What do you say, cool?
That's like a unique American politics thing.
This is all new. This is uncharted territory now.
Uncharted 3 territory.
I mean, same shit happening in other countries already, like South Korea, India.
Yeah, we're going to be just like them.
Oh, for sure.
Right, like whenever there's like a new president.
Dude, we're going to be lucky if we're like South Korea. We could end up like
Nicaragua. Supposed to be like the lion.
That's true.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
There's been no taking the temperature down in this country for like 40 years.
No.
Because it's been ratcheting up and ratcheting up.
My guess is that the line goes 2 spaces above that symbol.
But I feel like the question for normal people is like, why the fuck should I care about all the political shows? Like,
Yeah.
of course you can play with tribalism and think that you're on the winning side, but like, how would that really help with men like daily life at all?
It doesn't.
Well, I mean,
that's a great point.
There's a reason that the largest voting demographic in the country is people who don't vote. That's the people who don't vote outnumber Democrats and Republicans. Like,
it's because the parties don't represent the average person.
Giving up on the system.
So, that's it.
But they have. I mean, there's a couple. Obviously, both political parties want to win, but you lose massive legitimacy as a democracy when turnout levels start to drop. So they also have to terrify people and guilt them and do whatever to keep enough people showing up at the polls. Because you get 25% turnout in an election and people just stop believing in the system.
Yeah.
But, that suits the people in power just fine, because then they can just use, a vocal minority as their mouthpiece and impose whatever they want.
Yeah, but there is an extent where you have to at least get the populace to tolerate the system they live under.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that dictatorships have state-run media and will often give out certain perks to the populace. You got to keep people on side.
Right. And then, of course, you always just divide people into groups and have them turn on each other.
Yeah, that does work.
Give some of them perks, then tell the other one, hey, he's got your perk.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how it goes, yeah. So, what the fuck, okay, is this... I'm not sure what else this could be telling me. That's... Is it? Oh, am I doing it in the opposite direction, maybe? That might be what it is. No, but then there's not enough spaces to go underneath, so... What? I don't know if you guys have even noticed anything I'm doing here, but...
Well,
I got something for
symbols
you. I got something for you.
What's up?
Cold as a walking for age.
Fuck you.
Cold as a gun.
Okay.
All right,
God damn it.
Exactly.
Okay, so here, I'll pull up the notebook pages first. So we got these two, that kind of tells us the spot, right?
Right.
It tells us exactly what three symbols surround the bird.
Yep.
And then it tells us exactly how many spaces away from the bird the horse is. So those two, right,
You got
those
the
are...
spots already?
Yeah, those two are for sure in the right spots.
Well, wait, open the notebook. Okay, yeah, that is the bottom corner.
So you got the double X above, the two squares, and then the kind of...
The Enya and X's.
Right.
Okay,
so that's...
so
that bird is right, and then the horse is to the left over there, right? So
what's the clue for the others?
So there's symbols on the floor for the other ones here. Wait, hold on.
Oh.
The symbol changes depending on what space that you're standing.
Okay, so that tells you where you got to put them in between them.
Interesting.
I was about to say it's kind of obnoxious.
So this should be... Okay.
So...
and now it does this.
Look how the light from your torch.
All right, okay. Well, thanks. I just got that. So
it's in between a menorah, the Starship Enterprise, a moon, and an 8.
Okay, that helps. And then this one should be... That one's blank, so that should be the... Not the lion, but the cow, I think.
Bull. Or...
The bull. Okay, so that actually... I was not realizing that. That makes a big difference here. So it should be in between...
Yeah, that's right.
That one? Okay.
Yep.
And then...
Go check out the other one.
The lion here.
What we got?
So...
E.T. from the Atari.
E.T. from the Atari.
Is that enough? What is that the same one?
That's a field goal taking a lead.
Same one.
Starship Enterprise. And Pi.
Okay. So...
What is that piss and field goal?
So...
There you go, those
wow,
are-
they were both only one space away
Yep.
from being right.
Good job, kid.
Okay.
Looks inviting.
Took me a hot minute to figure that one out.
Lord Godfrey, I presume?
The one and only. This is it. Here, hold this, will you?
Sure.
Couldn't have been very comfortable to sleep in full armor.
Oh, no, I'm sure that was very uncomfortable.
Some sort of amulet.
I think people tolerated discomfort better in the old days. They were just used to it.
Yeah, when he slept on a fucking stone
That's
bed.
right on top of that.
The armor wasn't that bad. Think we're too we get too comfortable now?
That'd be
soft mattresses.
Oh, we're definitely soft, dude. Are you serious? Compared to people who are like...
No, I just said,
sleeping
are we too
in
comfortable?
piles at night? Are we too comfortable?
Yeah.
I mean, I do like
a little
comfortable.
sedated.
I like being
The rest
comfortable.
of that description, we still
nice.
don't know where to look.
The other half is in
But-
Syria.
Yeah.
It's
Undercover
it
Chloe
is
can
kind of
find
sad to look at some people. You know,
True.
they're like looking like boneless rotisserie chickens, just like soft and wiggly.
Like Wally.
Yeah,
To be fair, I mean, they had people like that in the Middle Ages, too. They were called
I
monks.
wouldn't recommend that.
that's true. That's true. There were big people. I don't know, man. You ever seen the world's
Nice
fattest
work,
man
Jack.
from like Barnum and Bailey?
Harris,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see
please
people like
relieve
that
Mr.
every
Drake of your
like back
Yeah.
in the day, like the old like
Yeah,
freak
Harris.
show or whatever. Like the
Come
guy
get it.
clocked in at like 250, like
That's
maybe
nothing.
270 or something.
That's
Not back
nothing.
then it was.
Back then that was big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your friend?
I don't know, man. It just sounds... That's normal now.
Yeah,
That's the way everybody
yeah, me too.
is.
All of us just sitting here, 250
At least.
at least. Yeah,
Maybe about 350.
350. Yeah, I'm like 350.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, you know,
What is that?
they make
Like
it really,
like
they make it
250
really
pounds.
hard. They make it really hard not to be big, you know.
Stay in the light.
Well, I mean, fucking
Oh, hell.
food corporations are trying to kill poor people, so.
Yeah.
That is definitely true.
In
Although
fairness,
some of that stuff that kills poor people is pretty delicious.
that's true.
It is delicious.
That's why they keep
It's
eating
pretty
it.
good. Whatever the chemicals they put on the Takis,
Good
I
luck.
like them. I like them.
I do love me some chemicals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
chemicals
great-
are delicious.
Some great chemical.
I love
food
chemicals.
stuff. Hell yeah,
Find a
dude.
way out of here.
I like
fast.
eating chemicals.
Oh, good chicken nugget, man. Like a solid.
It's not even chicken, it's mostly just chemical.
Yeah?
That's
Chemical, they
Put a
should
rat
call
in
it,
there.
should call it
makes
chemical nugget.
That's what makes it taste good.
We gotta find a way out of here.
In fairness, the average person, regardless of fat levels, is bigger now than, like, you know,
Than
a
used
couple
to
hundred
be.
years ago.
You guys are just taller. People are
Taller and bulkier. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't mean fatter, I just mean bulk.
Right, I believe that. Well, a lot of us are properly nourished,
Yes.
which has not been true historically.
No.
What did they say that in like the modern era, people in Asia have gained like a couple inches in average height?
Oh, easily.
Because rice has like zero nutrients in it. It's got calories, but like zero nutrients in it. It's kind of a crap.
Guys like
It's
spiders.
just filler. It's all
Staple.
it is.
It's
yeah.
kind of a crap staple crop because it just doesn't have.
I bet you really like it. So.
Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, I mean, like,
No, I mean rice is super nutrient poor.
yeah.
It's super good food. I love rice based dishes.
Well, as an example of like just how recent that height change was, it was like especially compared
What the
to
fuck?
in the West.
Going as fast as I can.
Yeah, after World War II, when Japan was like conquered, and then eventually when we started letting them have more independence so that they could help us against the Chinese and the Russians theoretically, we started giving them American planes.
Oh,
and
you didn't
tanks
tell me
and
I could
stuff,
do
right?
that.
And they had to modify all of these American-made tanks to make them shorter because they were too tall for the average Japanese at the time.
Oh, sure.
Wow.
So they had to like make them like whole foot, like a foot or two shorter.
Yeah. Can't see what I'm doing.
Are African people getting taller? They're gonna be tall as fuck. They're already tall, even when
I wonder if maybe they had like a different, because they obviously have different kind of
they
diet.
have different. Yeah, they've been eating like millet, and, like cassava and stuff like that.
So it's possible that they've been getting food that gives them like the proper,
nutrients.
yeah,
I
for, at
think
least
so,
for like
yeah.
height, right?
All right, you're clear. How about me?
Turn around. Are you good?
He didn't even look.
Okay?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's
He's like, oh, yeah, you're good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is crazy. That
We're not going
like
that way.
physical changes in
Whichever
human
way we
beings
go, just
could
promise me there's no
happen
more
that
goddamn
rapidly.
spiders.
Yeah, I mean that's like maybe a generation or two that a lot of people in Asia just
We gotta
fucking
find a way out of here.
basically grew a couple feet because they got their diets upgraded.
But I remember there's an article saying like when people were back in the hunting like society,
No good.
The agricultural one, like they are about
I'll
the
see if
same
I can find a way
amount as
across.
we do now.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's because
Yeah,
they're,
that makes sense.
they were getting better nutrients because they had a variety of food.
Hunters and gatherers, by and large, ate pretty well, except for like really unfortunate times.
Things gonna go.
Because
I know.
if you had a solid hunting party, like, I mean, you usually when you killed something, you had massive amounts of excessive food each time. And as long as you were competent hunters and you knew where to travel at what times, you had a fairly leisurely life. Not a lot of luxuries, but you didn't have to work that hard.
Yeah, you just kind of would lie around most of the time.
Every last
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah. You get it all out while you're,
What are they doing?
Burn the whole place down.
Oh no.
Whereas a lot of early farmers, especially, when not a lot of different foods have been domesticated yet, when ways to grow them so that they'd be like, at like peak nutrition value hadn't really been discovered yet. You would make a subsistence living, but it wasn't really good enough for you to like sustain your body's growth over many years. So
and it's like now with Gobekli Tepe and stuff, we're seeing that agriculture began quite a ways before settled societies. Like nomadic peoples would plant, stay long enough to get something growing, and then leave, and then come back and harvest later.
which makes a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, until, like you were saying, like in the early days of farming, the nutritional value was so low, it could only really be supplemental to hunting and gathering, rather than being a replacement for it.
And it was only when, agriculture started entering a mass scale where it could support large populations probably couldn't, compete at the time, when they started farming with the other hunter-gatherer groups for, like, the best areas, that you started seeing that shift into more of a modern style of society.
Have you ever seen how small corn was before the Mesoamericans started domesticating it?
Fucking tiny.
Like, oh yeah, it was like the top of a grain of wheat, and they bred it over time to be giant pods. But like, yeah, it was probably pretty hard to subsist on the tiny little baby corn.
Yeah.
Come on, hurry.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably it probably explains a lot of, like, cultural stuff, over the years. Like, we talked before about how, like, the Mongols settled peoples to be human.
Oh, okay.
Probably because, they'd ride into one of these villages somewhere and everybody would look all, like, small and, like, short and kind of gangly, and they'd be like, wow, what have you guys been doing?
That's probably a big part of it. When you read in the Mongols, like, talking about settled peoples, a lot of it is they just considered them to live the lives of domesticated animals.
Right.
Like they just didn't respect settled society. Thought they were basically like sheep or cows.
That's no good.
Trapped.
Gotta be a way out of here.
And I think that probably also explains some, like, common mythology elements in a lot of settled societies, like giants and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That probably comes from settled peoples, encountering more nomadic groups out on the road somewhere who would be considerably stockier and taller because they had a better diet, and would, probably be a bit more, like, aggressive and kind of look down on them, so they'd be viewed as these monstrous humans.
I can definitely see that.
I guarantee that's where the whole idea of Jotun came from. Because, like, even in, like, if you look at it like Norse mythology, the whole idea of the race of giants, they're not even all big.
Right.
It was literally meant to be a different race of people. Some were regular size, and some of them were actually literally giant.
Yeah.
So, like, that to me just it makes that more likely.
And there's so many variations of that kind of idea, too, like ogres, trolls, and all that. And they're all kind of the same thing, even if they have little special rules going on sometimes.
And that would just be something they just develop over time as like myth making.
Well, and settled societies have been getting raided by some form of nomadic warrior culture for as long as settled society existed until fairly modern era.
Right. And it would make sense, like back in the ancient times, they probably told their kids, hey, watch out for those giant people, down in the valley. They're going to come out here, they're going to burn their houses down, all that shit. And then, over generations, as that, even the people who were nomadic probably eventually settled down and became farmers, that myth would have persisted even though there was no longer...
Oh, yeah.
And then, the stories become more grand and ridiculous over time.
Right.
Because they're more narratives. They're
well, and it's probably, after the nomads settled, it was probably pretty quickly that the memory that those stories were about then faded.
Mm-hmm.
No! Son of a bitch!
If we're talking, over thousands of years, you get a lot of crazy developments with the story over there. So.
Yeah.
Man, I think that would explain why that's like a global thing. Mm. Every culture has the idea of giants.
Yeah.
Wait! Up here!
So I guess what would be interesting is if you looked at societies that stayed hunter-gatherers, for their entire history. Do they have those stories?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there aren't too many groups of hunter-gatherers left.
No.
I think there are some in East Africa. There are some in, deep rainforest the world. But
didn't, the last member of a tribe in the Brazilian Amazon, just died this last year?
Yeah, I didn't hear that, but
yeah, I get plausible.
There's not much for uncontacted tribes in the world now.
No, I mean, those people on the North Sentinel Island.
Yeah, but that's because they
vehemently
refuse God. It's not from lack of trying.
Yeah. Which, hey, they might be the smartest people in the world.
Hey, they didn't have to deal with anything during COVID.
That's true.
Yeah, I just passed them right by.
Nobody got COVID. Nobody tried to lock their island down. Because nobody even talked to them. They're living the best life. All they had to,
not being talked to sounds cool.
All they had to do was kill a couple of fishermen and a priest.
Yep.
I got you. Go!
I don't know.
We can pick something up after.
I had a Maruchan birria for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, what? I'm sorry?
Pretty sweet. A Maruchan birria.
What is that?
The birria tacos.
Oh, so, okay.
So it's a birria tacos, and then they cooked ramen noodles in the consomme for, dipping the tacos. So you had, you finish the consomme off with the ramen noodles. It's pretty dope.
Interesting. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, the building's on fire. How many of you need to stop and have a gunfight?
Apparently the taco truck at the gas station by my house is kind of the place to go get it in the cities.
Interesting.
Huh.
That taco truck's always busy, dude. I feel like half the people at the gas station are there for the taco truck.
I can believe that, yeah.
Food trucks are awesome.
Yeah.
Nick, up there!
Up where? Oh.
I'm from Mexican.
Yeah?
He picked me up about 15 minutes. I'm not that good.
There's a ladder! Come on!
Well, how do we do that?
I actually came up with, some sort I don't know, but basically a step later.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I kept the record really good copy for myself and going
God!
Really peaceful a bit, so.
The whole damn tower's coming down! Run!
He could be.
Seems weird to do that if you're going to do that, why only do it 50 cents?
Maybe they're hoping nobody would notice.
I suppose that's a small number, maybe. That's why.
If I look at, I don't save.
Right, then it'd be really obvious.
I don't save my receipts, so if it came up on my credit card statement, I wouldn't really think about, oh, it's 50 cents.
Right. Because I would just write down what you're example money, and then they could just add points, 50 more cents.
Close, huh?
So that looks like my writing. So whatever.
Also, they really shouldn't let Nathan Drake in any historic landmarks.
Yeah, for being a historical expert, he destroys a lot of things.
I got 25 years on you.
Come on, Sully, you're strong as an ox.
Anyway, what's the hurry? They think we're in that.
We almost were.
Right, I was talking about this game being pushing tech when it first came out. Fire specifically was a big thing. I don't think Fire had ever looked this good in a video game
Up for one of your
at the time.
old for this speech is spare me.
Nate, these guys are playing for keeps.
Yeah, so
You think you could have showed the Neanderthal a circa 2000 era video game and they go, man, that fire's like shit.
I don't know what they would have thought.
Well, they'd be very experienced dealing with fire every day.
True. But they wouldn't have any experience in video games.
Maybe they'd be judgy.
You think so? Think they'd be graphic source?
They might be.
It's making you reckless. I taught you better than that. Gonna get yourself killed. Oh, damn. Hell. Probably get us all killed.
Oh no.
What?
Cutter and Chloe. Sully, if we were followed...
Shit, chances are they were too.
We gotta warn them.
Yeah, and get to Syria fast.
Nobody ever says that nowadays.
That's gonna be the next Sonic game. Gotta get to Syria fast.
Weapons of mass destruction.
He's just a hardcore Assadist.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog loves Assad.
Damn it. Still can't
Shadow, of course, is more of an ISIS fan.
Yeah, that makes sense. I believe that about him.
ISIS is they're kind of the edgelord terrorists.
Yeah, they are absolutely the edgelords of the terrorists.
Just a funny statement.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
They were the edgelordiest.
Well, when Al-Qaeda has to be hey, these guys take things too far, we don't associate with them.
Yeah, ISIS is like the fat, sneaky kid at the terrorist table,
No, ISIS is the kid who's burning his own hand with a lighter and gets up from the table and moves to a different one.
Chloe, the four of us just sneak back out.
Right.
I think Boko Haram is the bad sneaky kid.
True. They do be kidnapping whole schools, man.
I would point out those two kids can be the same kid.
That's true. You're not wrong
about
about
that. Fair point.
You check it out. I'll wait here.
Fat sneaky shadow.
I just see ISIS as being the kid who's drawing his mom decapitated 35 times in his notebook during class.
I mean, ISIS was pretty obsessed with decapitation.
It's true.
And then wondered why people didn't want to join them.
I'll climb up
wild decapitation.
I'll let you in if it's safe.
Wasn't there some German guy who joined or whatever and ended up just being their sex slave?
Well, I didn't hear about that. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
So how did they get him there? They're like, hey, we got a bunch of shit.
No, he wanted to be a terrorist.
Okay.
And apparently they decided he wasn't fit for terrorism.
But he was fit for butt-fucking duty.
Apparently.
Okay.
I mean, somebody's got to be, right?
Yeah. I thought that kind of thing was haram.
Well, I mean, it's...
What religious order isn't full of him?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it proven that the young Muslim men who join terrorist organizations are some of the least devout?
Who's that?
In their own personal.
Yeah.
Some of the least devout Muslims there are.
Well, it's because it's a way to...
Weren't the 9/11 terrorists hanging out at strip clubs all the time?
That's
That wouldn't surprise me.
weirdly
I hadn't
hilarious.
heard that, but it would. But for a lot of dudes, it's like an easy way to prove that you're actually super devout is to join up with whatever group, and then you can just do whatever you want.
I think it does also come from like people are like, oh yeah, I'm never going to be able to live a devout life, but I can just murder some infidels and get
And it balances the scales.
With God.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you just sit around all day gambling and drinking. Once you blow up, you get those 72 virgins anyway.
I mean, it's just no more or less hypocritical than like Christian, right? Like, you could break every rule in the Bible and then
as long as you give your last confession, you're good.
Yeah.
All right, where are you going? All right, what are you gonna get? All right.
Come on.
If you get something, you give me like a snack too.
The hell you been doing?
I don't know, one of those bars.
The usual.
I'm okay. It's gonna eat when I leave.
You don't eat until you get home, right? Yeah, basically just don't eat all day.
Don't eat all day.
It's crazy, right?
That's normal. It's a fairly standard diet thing.
Help me with this.
Yeah, I mean that's recommended.
A lot of people have. I mean, not that I've come to it through pure laziness. But a lot of people it's called intermittent fasting.
Right. It's like a medically recommended thing. Right. It's not for everybody.
Well, originally it just was from laziness. So
Does
it's
this
just like I'm
castle
not
have
packing
a
lunch, I'm not making breakfast.
Hold on, go over to those bathrooms. Was that a thing in castles?
I mean, it's definitely like a modern amenity because it's a castle that has been like.
Well, it's not
updated
that
with.
modern. It's not that modern.
Yeah, they got a gatehouse.
Sage, do you want something?
Sure. I don't know, whatever good for him, I guess. Yeah.
Those are some pretty outdated looking bathrooms to me.
Alex, you sure you're not getting one?
What are you getting?
Bars and the lemon bars.
Nah,
Brownies.
I'm good. Thanks, though.
Appreciate you.
Come on, this way.
Yeah, well, what do you think medieval people would think of public restrooms? Do you think they think it was like a massive upgrade from the
Well,
little
I'm
green
just saying those bathrooms are super outdated, man, enforcing gender norms.
Oh, that's what you're
okay. Over here. All right, back up.
We don't know. What if there were a lot of trans Vikings or whatever?
That's what I'm saying. There were trans Vikings. They unearthed.
You saw the same thing I was about to reference, right?
What I was gonna say, yeah. They found a trans.
So they found a woman who had warrior stuff, and they went, well, it must be a trans person.
Based on just that?
Yeah, just evidence. That. It's evidence of something, but
is that evidence?
Hey, check it out.
They do try to shoehorn ideology.
Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Did you hear that Hadrian's Wall is a gay icon?
Lower me down.
Oh, I did hear that too. Yeah.
Because you see, Hadrian was such a great example of a historical gay man. So therefore, anything he built must be a gay icon itself.
I feel like the cultures of Greece, especially, and Rome to a lesser extent.
Those are gay.
Well, they're gay, but also they wouldn't have considered themselves to be they kind of fuck everybody, but their ideas on what family and marriage and stuff like that were pretty conservative.
The other thing about those,
you could have
process the difference. What?
You could have gay conservatives.
Yeah, you have a lot of them.
But you didn't have a relationship in the same sense as gay people.
It was more just
now. It was like you were best friends, or you were somebody's mentor, and you guys butt fucked sometimes. But you wanted to have a wife and kids,
right.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well, you're supposed to continue the family lines. It doesn't matter if you're fucking mass on the side.
Yeah, right. But how you could determine?
Well, that's just the modern Republican Party.
How you could determine one Roman emperor was gay, and other Roman emperors were not gay?
Well, maybe they're bisexual chupacabras.
Was Alexander gay? Yeah, they were bisexual, I would take. But was Alexander gay? He had lots of butts. He fucked a lot of dudes,
and he got fucked by.
Fucked by a lot of dudes, But Like, I don't know if he would say that he was like.
Was he gay? Was he gay for pay? Like, what was it?
I don't know.
I mean, definitely.
It's just I just feel like that kind of like the idea of what a gay person now is
compared to
really relevant to history in a lot of ways.
Oh no, I agree with that.
And a lot of that, of course, was also just the fact that in a lot of these old societies, like men and women didn't interact with each other that much on a daily basis, like unless you were like married to each other. So like a bunch of dudes in an army together, they're just gonna fuck because there's nobody else around to fuck.
Right. Same reason the Navy's always been full of guys fucking each other.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't mean that they prefer to fuck men. It's just they're gonna fuck what's available.
So,
right.
Help me out.
But the Hadrian's Wall thing is particularly stupid because, like, it kind of plays into the hands of a lot of, like, the anti-gay bigots. Because, for one thing, apparently Hadrian's relationship involved him grooming a 12-year-old.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's another difference in how those things worked in the ancient Mediterranean.
Well, yeah, that was, like, okay back then.
Yeah.
It was expected in many places.
It was.
Yeah, that's one thing about modern society. I generally prefer.
In Athens, for sure, it was considered an important part of the mentor process. Like if your mentor wasn't having sex with you, were you even really learning anything?
Wow, that's
Athens wasn't even the worst place in Greece for that.
No. There were parts in northern Greece where it was getting really, really weird.
Yeah. And there's also, of course, the thing like where it would typically be a anti-gay thing where you go, oh, well, anything that a gay person does has to be looked at through the lens of him being gay.
Right.
But now the left is like, oh, well, let's celebrate the idea that anything a gay person does has to be
through the lens of being gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He builds a wall, well, it's because he likes it up the ass.
That's why you build walls.
I guess I've never been super, I'm interested in the Roman Empire, but I've never been that much into, like, the details of their personal lives.
Sure.
But, like, I know a lot of them had sex with men.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just the norm.
It was like their favorite thing.
But so why is Hadrian specifically this gay icon? Because I'm pretty sure Hadrian.
Well, this is
also had sex
specifically
with women.
England that was talking about this. There's not a lot of Roman emperors who left a lot of shit behind in England, so they were, going around with Hadrian in particular because they're like, oh, well, you can see how gay he was because there's a wall there.
Hadrian's big gay wall, I guess.
I just feel like modern sexual politics and definitions are relevant to the ancient world.
Well, yeah, the ancient world is very...
they had their own definitions.
Yeah, they had their own way of viewing things.
The ancient world was very culturally different from us in ways that a lot of people don't really think about. I mean, like, even things like race, like, so much of that is a modern construct that had nothing to do with how ancient people thought of race.
No. Ancient people were way more obsessed with culture than race.
And
not to say that when two groups of people that looked radically different from each other, there wasn't suspicion that could be born out of that.
But even then, like the Romans had their own hierarchy of race. It was just really different from ours. Where, I mean, the modern idea of, racism towards black people didn't really apply to the Romans. They certainly had suspicion and racism towards anybody who looked different from them. But they actually respected, like, Africans more than, say, Celts.
Oh, for sure.
It's because they had a hierarchy. It was just different from ours and based on different ideas.
The only, prejudice that has carried through from the ancient world until now is, the anti-Semitism is basically the same in the ancient world to now. All
that
the
hasn't
ideas
changed.
And all the accusations and everything are exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't know why that one has to be so fucking timeless, but...
I think sometimes one of the biggest things is I think the fatal flaw in interacting with other people in Judaism is that any religion that says God chose us is going to engender a lot of kind of negative reaction from everybody who wasn't chosen by God.
Well, of course, all the religions kind of do that, and it wasn't really abnormal for ancient people to think that way. I mean, the Romans, again, their racial hierarchy was Romans at the top, everybody else is below you on different steps.
It was more based on citizenship than anything, which is why when all the Italians got citizenship, it was a big deal. Then that raised the Etruscans and the other Italians up to this kind of higher level in society because they were actual Roman citizens. But,
So there was still, like, within the elites, there was still the idea of, like, a true-born Roman is higher than someone from Samnium or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and that wasn't an unusual thing. Like, every culture always had that kind of thing. Like, we're the best. Everybody else is a barbarian.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Just, shit rolling downhill.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just... I mean, I don't care if Hadrian's a gay. Almost all the Roman emperors at that point are gay icons, I guess. Like, everybody from those Mediterranean cultures, like, they all occasionally fucked men. Like, that really was just a defining feature of that era of history.
Still talking about fucking dudes?
Yeah.
Yeah, or just, I don't know, about trying to apply all these modern kind of concepts to...
Let's head up there.
It's because people
point.
are just interested in just, pushing their narrative and their ideology over actually sort of looking at history and all the nuance involved in it.
It's people just want to think about things the way that they think about things right now.
Right.
Well, it's kind of like the trans community has kind of, like, identified a lot with eunuchs throughout, like, history. But, I mean, that's like a force thing, though. Yeah, that's very different.
Nobody volunteered to have their dick cut off.
Right. But it's kind of like when they talk about, like, oh, Iran's very tolerant of trans people. It's like, no, Iran is very intolerant of gay people, so they force them to trans.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's not because they're like, yay, trans people. They're like, literally, like, gay people are not allowed to exist. We're going to cut your dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a gross misinterpretation of what's going on there.
And plus, like, every culture that's had eunuchs has shamed them for being eunuchs.
Yeah. They were a group of people that society was generally disgusted with, but were highly trusted by elites because they didn't have their own lineage to look out for or to think about. Like they were allowed into a lot of important positions in the government because royal families assumed that they couldn't have too many plans or plots against them because they didn't have a son to try to
inherit.
At the end of the day, they were allowed all these service roles because they were thought of as subhuman.
That's also true. Yeah.
They're basically like, how we would think of like a humanoid robot or something.
Oh, and especially, I mean, like the Middle East did their slave soldiers really, really dirty. And they never had to deal with the implications of their history because by castrating all of their slaves, they don't have descendants to argue like, wow, what you did was so horrible.
Did you guys see anything here? Like anything climbable? I'm really struggling to notice.
It's kind of dark in here. You climb up. Like, what's that little pillar next to that thing?
I tried this one, but I think it's a little too tall.
Yeah.
I think I like actually.
There's got to be something more obvious than that.
What about that?
Really
I know where
What about that knight? The statue of the knight.
Wait, where?
Behind you. Inside the gate to your left.
Right over here.
No.
Over here.
Where'd it go?
There's a doorway.
There's a doorway that's open.
There you go. That one.
The knight. Yep.
Just go in there.
Here.
That.
That just like leads to the ceiling.
Okay.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Wasn't sure if there was like a ledge or something.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes that is like totally the case, but what the fuck? I am completely lost.
We can climb up this weird viney blue shit, whatever the hell's on
That's just brick wall, and it's just that the lights are kind of giving it that color a little bit. There was even like a hint that came up on screen. It was just like, oh, you want to go up there? And I'm like, okay, that doesn't really help me. It's like, yeah, I want to get up there somehow, but...
You want to get it up.
I love getting it up.
This game doesn't... Well, it does a little bit. There's not like something you could move out here.
Sometimes there is, but
Yeah. Like something you could drag to stand on.
just... I don't know. It's got to be obvious, too. It's got to be super...
You can't do it
right here?
up the stairs, up to that.
Right here?
Yeah, try it.
No, that's too tall.
Okay.
Maybe it's is something that's inside. Are you for real? Okay, maybe it does have something to do with being inside these.
Is that a rope over there?
That's how we unlocked the doors to go outside here.
Yeah, it's just all the curtains are closed.
Okay, why?
Well, you wouldn't be able to see the screen at all.
I see.
Because it's a projector, not a TV. Yeah. Okay, maybe there's something inside. Maybe there is something inside here, and you're supposed to use that to climb out.
What'd you get?
Pecan and brownie. You guys can figure it out.
Sweet.
A what?
Thank you.
Pecan brownie and
Oh,
classic
pecan, gotcha.
brownie. Whatever.
I like you said.
I'm personally not a nut fan, but you are, right?
I like it, yeah.
Okay.
You don't like pecans?
No.
Do you like pecan pie?
No.
Bro, really?
Nope.
Wow.
I'm with Alex on this one.
Yeah.
No, don't. That's fucked up.
It is. Jesus. Do you eat butter pecan ice cream?
Nope.
Can you call yourself
You
an
never had
American?
You never had a pecan praline or anything like that?
I mean, I've had them, but I don't like them.
You don't like a pistachio muffin?
I like pistachios, but I've never tried a pistachio
Use your nut-free
muffin.
brownie, you dirty commie.
What?
Thank you, Sky. Well, then call me a communist.
You do like pistachios?
I like pistachios.
You like a macadamia nut?
What'd you get for yourself?
I honestly don't know if I've ever tried one.
You ever had a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie?
No.
Oh, fuck those.
Those are good, man.
Subway's
I can say
the
I've never
ones at
tried.
Subway are actually pretty good.
Yeah, but if you go get one, they might touch your kids.
Yeah. Subway's got good cookies, though.
What the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? I seriously, I don't understand. Like, what in God's name?
I'm just glad nobody else is getting fogled anymore. Consider that a win.
Getting fogled, yeah.
You don't want to get fogled.
What the hell?
You had to jump in the pit.
That's where that's no. Because again, that's where I came up from.
But if you die, maybe it'll give you a hint again.
I don't think that'll even kill me.
What that? Oh, that's just a light. That's like, is that a button?
Yeah. The hint was just like, oh, we want to go up there. Okay. Come on. This is I guarantee it's something super simple, and I'm gonna look so stupid when I finally figure it out.
It's probably something we can't see because it's too dark.
Maybe it's just a product of not being able to. When you get too lost in the gay sex conversations that you don't know where to go in the game.
Not the first time.
Not the first time.
Probably not the first time.
No, it's definitely. Remember Deathloop?
Oh yeah.
Well, we got lost in an office in Deathloop for 20 minutes and we just started talking about fucking people's dads.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody asked some question about fucking other people's dads.
I feel like we got to that on our own.
No, not the chat. One of us. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking people's dads.
It's not okay. Just don't do it. You know?
Is that what we were saying? I thought we were talking about, like...
I said I wouldn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, not your own dad.
He was stuck here.
For like 20 minutes. I'm looking it up. I'm fucking looking it up. And yeah. No, we can't be stuck on this for this long.
Unless you want to talk about fucking people's dads again.
I mean, we could start, like, I don't know.
You think they'll ever have a DILF manor? I feel like that'd be even creepier. Like a bunch of dads and their daughters in the house, and the dads are banging the other daughters. That's weird.
That would be weird.
I don't like it.
Nah, I don't like MILF manor either. Just the whole concept makes me uncomfortable. Like,
okay.
Like, you really want to be in the house, and your mom might be a bedroom over, just getting banged by like a guy your age.
Yeah, this guy. That's a whole TV show.
Yeah. It's like
It's called MILF Manor.
Yeah, the moms and the sons, they all live in this house. It's like 8 moms, 8 sons, and they all live in the house, and they're basically there to hook up with the moms. Like, not their moms, but
the
everybody
other
else's
moms.
moms.
Holy shit! Wait, are you?
Where are the fucking dads?
No dads in that
Yeah, I
show.
think
But
it's
that's
all
what we're
moms,
that's what we're suggesting is maybe they should make another show that's just about fucking dads.
I feel like I'd be even more uncomfortable with that show.
Yeah,
that
that's
show
creepy.
is really weird.
You guys are never going to believe.
Why can't it just be, Dilson?
We're going to go through that doorway.
We're rescuing you?
From what?
We thought you were captured.
Or worse.
Wait, why?
Talbot ambushed us at the chateau. It was a trap.
Yeah, we figured they must have followed you too.
Well, yeah, they're definitely here.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we might
Yeah, no pecans, no almonds, no
We've been
walnuts.
trying to reach you for over 24 hours.
No almonds?
No.
You don't eat an almond croissant?
Dude, you're like a hardcore social.
Bro. Did you take amaretto?
Again?
Look,
Yes.
just
Okay.
forget all that.
Well, that's
Guess
alcohol.
what we've discovered.
It's made of almonds.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like almonds.
I've got to
That's
do
what it does.
Tastes pretty strong.
That's why it's good.
Yeah.
Not only.
Well, it doesn't taste the same to me.
Stretch all the way
Okay.
out
What does it taste like to you?
But they were all part of some sort of hermetic secret society.
You like
The
walnuts?
British Occult Secret Service, the School
No.
at Night, the Hellfire
So,
Club, the
yeah.
Order of the
Cashews.
Golden Dawn. They're
Cashews
all
are good.
I could go for a cashew. I could go for a cashew.
Francis Walsingham,
So you're a commie, but not a
Charlie,
MAGA
even your
commie.
mate
That's good.
Drake, they were all involved.
I mean,
But for them,
comics
it was
don't
all
eat
about
walnuts.
controlling their enemies through espionage, deception,
Yeah.
fear.
Remember, they love. Yeah, commies love nuts so much they killed all the sparrows. Protect their sacred nuts.
The goddamn chase piece.
Yeah, we really need to keep moving.
Quod est superius.
Es sicut quod est inferius.
Oh, man.
As above, so below.
That's the key to all of this.
It is.
We need to get to the highest point of this castle.
Thus,
That's what Todd said.
Well done.
That the cat is by far the most tolerant of being held. That's Cayenne. Yeah. She's easily the most
Should be
cuddly
able
of
to find
them.
our way into the crypt.
Yeah, your cats are already identical, but in the dark.
So I'm gonna assume you don't like a Brazil nut, because I don't even like
there,
Brazil
that's the
nut.
highest tower.
Never tried one. What is it about that kind of nut that you don't like?
I think it has like the lowest fat content of any nut, so it's just like a hard, unpleasant
Only way
nut
to the
that
tower's
shatters
through
in your mouth when you chew on
Whatever
it.
happened
That
to
doesn't sound very
sneaky
good.
sneak
Pretty
out
crap.
plan?
Not great.
We can't quit now.
Like peanuts?
When we're so close.
Yeah, peanuts are good.
Cashews are great, but are kind of bad for you.
Yeah, that cashews have the highest fat content.
Right.
That's why they're so great.
But they're probably still better for you than a lot of, other sugary snacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. I always think it's funny when something that's pretty healthy, everybody comes out and they're like, these are terrible for you, and it's like, as opposed to like Twinkies or
Well, everybody knows that Twinkies have a lot of great health benefits.
that they'll pickle you inside. Your formaldehyde is one of the top 10 ingredients in the Twinkie.
What's that?
Look, a Twinkie can survive a post-apocalypse. So maybe if you eat enough of them, you'll survive the post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
too. By
That's how you turn
mutating.
into a ghoul.
Yeah, by
Fallout.
mutating, but that's something.
Hasn't Hostess put like a decent amount of effort into like convincing people that Twinkies do like mold and expire and stuff? Like try to like fake that.
That's gonna be the only food company that does that. Look, our food rots.
Yeah, our food expires, you bastards.
No.
There you go.
I remember there being a statement from Hostess being like,
Oh,
Twinkies have about a 30-day shelf life. They do expire. They do mold.
fucking liars.
They definitely have a lot more than a 30-day shelf life.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did you guys ever see that guy who like had a Big Mac in his fridge for like 20 years?
It'd be terrified he said it doesn't.
Right, exactly.
That's why Hostess had to come out and
Stay away from Velveeta.
Yeah, Velveeta's not.
Twinkies have a half-life, but Velveeta is forever.
Velveeta.
Velveeta is forever. Yeah, Velveeta, it's legally not cheese.
It's delicious, but it's also a kind of candle-like substance.
On the day that the Earth begins to be absorbed by the sun, there will still be deposits of Velveeta.
It'll be the only thing left. It'll outlast styrofoam.
When the sun goes red giant and strips the surface of the planet, there will still be like Velveeta fused into the surface of the Earth.
Come on, follow me.
There we go.
Up this way.
I do like Velveeta though. That yeah, it's pretty good.
I never cared for it personally. Like, I'd eat it, but I was like, wow, Velveeta.
I think it makes a solid mac and cheese. Yeah. It just melts in a way that cheese shouldn't.
That's why it's good.
That's why it's good. It's so creamy.
Plus, it's like cocoa powder that you have had in your cabinet for 30 years.
Yeah, well, I don't do a lot of baking, so there's no cocoa powder in the cabinet. I have noticed that I think my mom's had the same can of it for a very long time.
Probably since before you were born.
My grandma used to do that, but with lard.
Or just keep lard around?
Yeah, like just decades old lard, just in a can.
It works as a preservative.
Well, no, that was like
it
a
probably
cooking
preserves itself. Well, people, like back in the day, people would soak meat in lard because it would preserve it.
Right.
You could have a jar full of lard and just like shove a bunch of meat in the jar and it would keep, I guess.
Oh shit. Just faceplant on the rocks.
Do you think this tower survived the Syrian Civil War?
I don't know.
Great question.
Are there any markings
How did you not die?
worshipping other deities?
There you go.
That's a good question. But also, I mean, it looks reasonably fortifiable, so might have been used as a strong point.
Oh,
and then got blown out by Syrian Air Force. Not just cocoa powder.
You mean the Russian Air Force?
Exactly. The trade was used for over a decade.
Oh, bacon grease, dude.
That's not good.
People be keeping grease.
Yeah, you can do a lot.
I don't get it.
That's what that musical is about.
Do a lot of things, please. Nah, that music video is about pressuring a young high school girl in a sex. It's hey.
I mean, you're
not wrong. You're not wrong. It is kind of what that.
If you've seen that,
well, to be fair, the high school girl in that movie is also 30.
Yeah, and
everyone in the high school.
Everybody in high school is 30. And it's not. I'm not saying it's the teacher. I mean, it's another guy. It's a guy the same age.
Right.
But that is basically.
It is what it is.
It's the crux of it.
You are right. You are right.
It was amazing just how little of a shit the Russians gave in Syria. Just bomb everything. You know, just fucking nuke entire cities in the air.
Well, what do you expect from them?
Well, I mean, like, dude, in Greece, that song, like, where it's like
you're really on the Greece thing.
I'm just saying, man. Like, one of the lyrics in that song is, "Did she put up a fight?"
That's you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's not good.
Can make you get canceled, dude, nowadays.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And people, and it's like people haven't canceled.
Why are you not going up?
They canceled Bing Crosby for "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Well, and that's a gross misinterpretation of what that song's actually about.
Well, even if that song's what it is, it's like, hey, don't.
But it's not what it is.
Yeah, I know it's not what it is, but he's also basically like the way they're interpreting it is like, hey, it's pretty cold outside. Why don't you stay here so we can have sex? That's better than "Did she put up a fight?" Like, I mean,
no, I agree with that. But also, what that song is that the woman is like wants to stay and have sex, but she's afraid of like what people would think of her socially, and so the guy's giving her a bunch of excuses as to why she can stay.
She can tell people
what she can tell people. Yeah. Because but people misinterpret it as that song as though he's like tricking her or something. But it's like it's very clearly that he's giving her the excuses she wants to hear.
Whatever, man. All I know is that song.
Sign of the times too. Like people need to realize times change.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true.
Well, and that you can't always interpret the way things the way things are written or said in the past based on how people think now.
Yeah.
Gotta be able to go like, oh, language changes. This means something else. Well, this sounds like this now, but what was the way the language worked at the time, and it does that apply?
Like today, I can say this donut is awesome. If I went back like 1,000 years and said this donut is awesome, people would be like bowing down and like worshiping.
That's a really good time travel story.
Just donuts?
Yeah, donut worship.
Donut worship. Oh, donuts are pretty sick, man.
People
worshiping donuts now.
This donut is the one true God. Its circular nature represents the cycle of time.
It's also a fertility god, so you can stick your dick in the hole.
True.
People be putting those hot dogs in those donuts.
Do people be doing it?
I mean, it's just a scary movie 3 joke.
Yeah.
AI won't
put it past them, man. I thought you were literally going to tell me that was like a new thing, was people were
no,
a hot dog inserted in it.
Although if you ask the AI image generators, but no, seriously, if you ask the AI image generators to put a hot dog through a donut, it'll always be a hot dog on top of a donut. They will not give you a hot dog going through a donut.
Interesting.
Okay.
AI's taking the stand.
Maybe it doesn't. Or it doesn't have very many reference images for that.
I think it's against terms of service.
Yeah, we'll just hurry it up, lads. Okay?
We're sitting ducks out here.
KFC was doing chicken and donuts for a while.
That's disgusting.
You'd order a bucket of KFC and they'd throw donuts in there with the chicken, and it was like chicken and donuts.
KFC is disgusting.
You know what they should do? They should put chunks of donut chunks of chicken in the donut.
Gross.
Nice. You know what they really should do? Instead of frosting the donuts, they should just like put a layer of chicken skin around the top of the donut.
There you go.
Or maybe you frost it so the chicken skin sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you eat that donut?
No.
How about a sandwich where the bun?
What am I supposed to be doing?
The bun is 2 donuts, and there's a big piece of fried chicken in between them.
No.
Maybe a bit of mayo on
it.
No. There's a name for a sandwich made of donuts.
Is there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it diabetes?
You see?
That's what you're getting after.
There's literally
the right spot.
Yeah, but the right spot.
Crime.
Why are we making sandwiches out of donuts?
Because we ran out of bread, I guess.
We didn't, though. And if you can make more donuts, you can make more bread.
Put a layer of KFC gravy as.
Oh God!
Ooh!
Oh no!
Delicious, huh?
Symbol appears on Drake's
You fuck KFC.
right next to this.
What if we use miniature French fries as sprinkles?
The one fixed point in the night sky.
You just.
What do you bet?
Yeah, it's called the Luther burger.
Why are you fucking with me?
The Luther burger. Why is it called that? Is it named after Lex Luthor, the inventor? Before Superman to eat one?
It was named after Luther Vandross.
Really?
Yeah.
I will.
If you're not going to use the scope,
Yeah, I knew I'd heard a name for that.
I'm gonna use it.
The Dipper. Is that not it right there? Or are we looking for the other one?
Little Dipper.
Oh, we're looking for the Big Dipper.
It's pretty close to Little Dipper.
Come on, Sage, don't you know this shit?
No.
Yeah, I know about
we've
constantly.
got to find the North Star.
Oh, there's North Star. I mean, I'll know when I see it because it's all bright and shit. But
Polaris.
that's the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
Guess we're looking for the North Star first, though.
Isn't it around the Big and Little Dipper?
Well, fucking take this thing off, so just look. It should be
Which
bright as hell.
Which constellation is the North Star?
I actually don't know.
It's not in Orion's belt, is it? I think it's around Orion's belt, though.
I mean, oh, okay. So it's the last star in the Little Dipper.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I found it.
Okay.
It
All
doesn't
right, now
look
let's
any
see if we
brighter
can find
than
that
it is in
entrance.
this game.
Should be
No, it doesn't. It should though, right?
It should.
So
Directly below.
There it
Ursa
is.
Minor, yep.
Oh,
yep.
that's
Ursa Minor, yeah.
All right.
Guys!
Yeah, just a
That's,
minute.
that's down there.
I don't know my
Nate!
for sure.
I know. I mean, man, I'd be lost at sea. Be so
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, we don't even
I'd
see
die
the
on the
Are
constellation.
water.
you Aries or?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, so you're way too late on the book.
Yeah.
We don't even see the fucking stars in the city, so it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, no, the light. There's way too much light pollution.
You can see the North Star. And
True, because
maybe
it's so bright.
Maybe a few
Right.
others, but yeah, you definitely can't see the full.
I should have never gone ziplining.
What's special about a Taurus?
I don't fucking know.
What do they say?
I have no idea.
You're not up on your astrology?
No, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
As an Aries, I think the main takeaway is I'm pretty stubborn.
Isn't that like everybody though?
Stubborn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm extremely stubborn, so I don't know what that says.
Well, but I mean, I don't. Astrology seems mostly like cold reading, like just things that everybody could agree with.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is like they never say anything. Nice. RPG
Wow,
is
it's
fake.
right in the ass.
But yeah, well, you never see anything bad written about people depending on their astrology sign. It's never like, oh, Virgo, you're a little bitch, nothing like that.
Well,
I'd like to
don't
read that
they say-
horoscope.
Don't they? I mean, isn't that kind of what they say about? Well, I guess they put a nice spin on it, but isn't the Virgo one like you're a complete Type A personality, like uptight, demanding, like prone to freakouts?
Is that what they say about Virgos?
I don't
know.
I think that is.
I've actually never seen something like that dismissive or like negative.
No, but I'm saying they put a positive spin on it, like you're very detail oriented.
right.
You're very detail oriented.
Instead of saying anal retentive.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true about, but I feel like I've heard Virgos like talked about negatively in that way in like pop culture and stuff.
Okay.
Guys, don't give up.
But I don't know. I really don't know about astrology.
Man, this does look like a series to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder mounted projectiles.
Yeah, good old RPGs.
Okay.
Move now.
That's done shooting at me.
What's your astrological sign, Nancy?
Right.
Scorpio?
That one. Okay.
That one, yeah.
I don't know anything about that one.
I don't either.
I don't know anything about any of them.
This guy, you know anything about astrology? You do horoscopes?
You call that astrology?
Yeah.
No?
It's Western.
The
White girl astrology.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Can't be astrology.
I feel like there are men who are coke addicts who also care about it.
yeah. But no. I mean, I know about it. I know of it, but not so much about it.
Okay.
And there's like real astrology. You know.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Astronomy.
yeah, astronomy.
Yeah, we'll find
Which
a way
is
around
always
it.
confusing because, like, astrology sounds like a science, and it's actually bullshit. But
Yeah.
astronomy is the one that is a science.
Yeah.
It's like you think that math could be called numerology, but that's a different thing.
But like, would you really believe that just because of when you're born? Check it out.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's why I
At all.
specifically think it's all bullshit.
We're all open and talking. But I was wondering if you knew anything about Scorpios. Like, what's up with the Scorpio?
Like, something mystical and vindictive. That's my impression.
Really?
So mystical.
Yeah, like, hard to read. And open door.
I think it's the I think it's the kind of shit that like scam artist fucking fortune tellers do.
Cold,
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just generic statements that can apply to any personality. I mean, what's especially funny is I've talked to people that have been into it before, and I'll tell them like a fake that I'm really like a different one, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, that makes so much sense because you do this, this, and this," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" Because I just lied to you about which one I was, and they'll be like, "Oh, really?" Because the one that you really are says lies all the time. And I'm like, "Okay." It's just like any way that they can try and make it sound, I don't know. It's some horseshit.
Says Scorpios are known for their loyalty, devotion, and passion.
That could be it, literally.
I know, that's so generic. All right,
What does it say about
Let's check yours.
Yeah, let's do it.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what does it say about Taurus?
Let's see. What does it say?
It's going to say loyalty, devotion, and bad.
Hard-headed, down-to-earth, tenacious, reliable, loyal.
Oh, goddamn.
Yep, right there.
And sensual when it comes to spiders.
Shit, we were wrong. Astrology is accurate.
God damn it.
But, and sensual.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that part's true.
Alright, let's see.
What do you got, Alex?
About Aries. Aries are known for being energetic, impulsive, curious, direct, and at times innocent.
You're not innocent.
No.
Bold and ambitious. Yeah. Aries, I'm looking at a few different results, and they're just starting to overlap. Aries have a very warm and passionate nature. I have to say I might be one of the most dispassionate people I know.
Yeah, you're definitely the most dispassionate person I know.
I don't know that it's super warm either.
No. No.
Kind of like a pretty cold and logical human being.
I don't know what happened there, but that was great.
I feel like we're all...
I like how I got all
Cold.
this affirmation from you guys that I am not, in fact, a warm person.
No,
Everybody's just like, yeah.
True friendship.
Yeah. Honesty.
Yeah.
I think all three of us are kind of cold bastards.
Yeah.
I would actually be.
Scorpios are assholes, and
I'm a Scorpio, and I can confirm.
Well, we're all assholes. Though.
Yeah, so that means Taurus and Aries must also be assholes.
I think I'd be more offended if you guys were like, no. Like,
Try to reassure you that you're...
That's how I know I could never ask anybody for a cup of sugar. I could never pull that. Because, like, people be like, dude, you ain't baking shit.
Oh.
I'm not making cookies. Like,
This is it.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd wonder what you were doing with that sugar.
I know.
Yeah, I assume you were fucking it or something.
Snorting it like
Storage
cocaine.
room 1,000 years ago.
No,
Maybe you're gonna pour it.
sweetening my Kool-Aid or something.
I don't know if I believe you'd make Kool-Aid.
The statues. You see?
I wouldn't. Are you saying I'm too lazy to make Kool-Aid, or you just don't see me drinking?
I just don't see you drinking it.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's a lazy thing. I think
I make
it's
iced tea.
just a disinterest.
bread
Yeah,
crumb.
that I believe.
You can see me drinking iced
I
tea.
can see you drinking iced tea.
Iced tea is good, though.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Kool-Aid's, I'd say again, it's just diabetes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, like, does anybody ever really drink Kool-Aid and not feel like it's a phantom of a better beverage?
Yeah, I've never drank Kool-Aid, but like, wow, it's really this
Kool-Aid to
shit.
me always tastes like I might have been drinking like grape soda and it went flat and I was sit on the counter for too long.
It's like a disappointing version of juice.
Yeah, and it has that kind of it
it's not
has
the
the
sky this
flavor
time.
of water
Down
you've
below
allowed
somewhere.
like the dust to settle into.
Yeah.
If you come back and drink a cup of water that's been there for more than 24 hours and you're like,
Or like if you
tastes
made
like the air.
Yeah, if you made a pitcher of juice and then you forgot about it for a month,
Yeah.
and then you come back and it's kind of like it's like fucking fermented a little bit.
Yeah, right. And it just tastes like there's dust in it.
Yeah. Maybe like a bug drowned in it while you were away,
Yeah,
like something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Kool-Aid is just not great.
It's really not. If that's a hot take, but
Yeah, I
fuck
don't know.
Kool-Aid.
I used to like when you
Must be
ripped the
something
little
down in the
Pharaoh
castle
head
itself.
tab off the
Some
Kool-Aid
sort
can.
of
there it is.
emblem or
Pharaoh
symbol?
head, what?
Wait.
Pharaoh?
You ever seen like a Kool-Aid jam? It's like I always just thought it looked like a Pharaoh's headdress on the top of the Kool-Aid jammer. You know what I'm talking about? Or no?
I have no clue what
I
you're
have
talking
no
about.
idea.
Were you like ransacking an Egyptian tomb by
No.
mistake? Just like pouring mummy dust into a fucking
No, you
glass and mixing it up?
you guys will agree with me that it kind of looks like a Pharaoh's headdress when I pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah, like you used to get the Kool-Aid jammer as a kid, and
Oh, yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
wow,
You're
that
right.
does.
I never
twist
thought of
thing
it that
off
way,
the
but you're
top,
right.
And yeah,
I can 100% see it.
good old Kool-Aid jammers. They taste like shit, but they were fun to open. Did you guys ever have the wax candy bottles when you were kids?
So the next clue should be
Wax
right above.
candy.
It's like an old school. It's like an
bad.
old school candy, but that has completely disappeared now. But it was still kind of nostalgia bait when we were kids. And you pick it up, it was literally like a bottle made of wax, and then it'd have like a little liquid candy inside, and then you'd bite the wax top, and then like.
Oh, I do kind of remember that. Yeah.
Shit!
I don't know. I thought that was weird. That it was like, here, kids, eat some wax.
Well, you know, they used to say, here, we're going to put mercury in your teeth.
Yeah, people have been doing a lot of weird stuff.
Oh, it's the lead in your drinking water.
Yeah, lead in your paint, lead in your water.
You know what's a shit
Mercury
fucking
in your
candy
teeth.
from the past that shouldn't exist?
Most of them.
Circus peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
Circus peanuts are horrible. They are
yeah.
the
They're
worst.
basically styrofoam.
Yeah, they both taste like styrofoam.
It's so bad. Even in the past, I can't imagine eating it. Like,
I guess, yeah, like, why would you eat that over literally
right.
anything?
You ever had a NECA wafer?
A what?
A
I don't
NECA
think
wafer?
so.
Is that made
They're
out
like
of calf?
Elvis.
Like, what is that?
They're like communion wafers that were considered candy. They're awful.
Huh.
I mean, I do feel like a lot of these are just like, there's some weird old candies that old people just love.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Oh,
just
shit.
the quality of candy in the past. But they also had chocolate bars back then and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Snickers have been around forever. Like,
True.
Maybe they're more expensive, I don't know.
Hey, dude, the NECA wafers are just horrible.
Do you think there's ever anybody who just chows down on communion wafers? Like, they just raid the church, you know, after service, and they're just, like, fucking filling their face full of wafers?
Dude,
Beavis and Butthead.
they taste stale. Like, they come stale. Like, that's,
They show up that way.
yeah.
That's what churches need to do. They need to do a bit of rebranding, make the wafers tastier, you know? And they gotta put, like,
Yeah.
TV ads out.
Well, they gotta make them like little ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
You get 2 wafers, a little scoop of
A little
like,
Jesus in the middle.
Yeah.
you get a little.
scoop of Jesus.
A little scoop of Jesus.
That's good. I like.
You can put like a wine sherbet.
Ooh.
Get it done in one shot. You know, like a little sandwich. You get the whole blood, the body, the whole deal.
Well, I also always thought it was just a chip. They only give you a tiny bit of wine. They should give you a full bottle.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how gross it is. There are some churches that I've been to, like with
That is
extended,
gross.
yeah, like with the extended family, and they got 1 cup, and then they just kind of wipe it and then hand it to the nice person.
No, everybody gets
fuck
a full
that.
bottle.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
I think it just needs to be like the church
I think
of day
COVID
drunk.
might have ended that for
Eh.
Yeah, sharing cups like that? It
What's
should
it called?
have. That
Well,
shouldn't have been a thing to begin with.
There are
We
some
don't know
churches-
though. I will point out that a lot of the Christians did buy into the shit where just put this blessed holy fan in the center of the pews and it'll blow all the COVID away and then you can all share a cup again. Like there were a lot of churches that bought into that shit.
There were
Those people are stupid.
There are some churches where it's definitely a plus because they actually bring out like a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Like they bring out an actual.
What they
bring
think
out
is
actual-
Jesus.
But then it's like
What the fuck just happened?
you rip a little chunk of it off and you dip it in the wine.
Oh. Does that taste good?
I'd try it.
I don't know.
Dipping your bread in
They
wine.
never have good wine.
That sounds like something a severe alcohol.
They never even have good wine at the church anyway. Like I remember.
Yeah, they always cheap out on it.
Yeah, like I remember the church I went to as a kid. They had like a big glass, like gallon jug of like Carlo Rossi, like bottom shelf, like South African wine.
Uh-huh.
Like the jar cost $8. Like,
This is why you do all your best communion at home.
Yeah.
yeah. What's the communion at home? Just like a bottle of Chardonnay and like a.
I'm thinking it's the boxed one.
You know it.
A bowl of Rice Krispie.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, the Francia, dude.
Yeah, Francia boxed wine. Just pour it into a bowl of Rice Krispies.
Sans box.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, still
Sans
in one piece
box,
anyway.
yeah.
I like
Just the
Sans
bag.
box.
Come on.
Yeah.
I think we're
You guys
onto
remember
something.
slapping the bag?
Yeah, oh yes.
Sharing drinks
Good to
with
see
anyone
you're
like
alright.
you have.
You
Can't
too.
imagine sharing that with a group of people.
Right,
Yeah.
and especially when they're just taking like one of those table napkins from a restaurant and just kind of wiping the rim and then passing it to
Ugh.
handing it to the next
Ugh.
person.
Right, here's the wall.
You think the priest ever
The
spits?
crypt
in the
entrance should be
communion
here
wine?
somewhere.
Absolutely.
Well, what does Lawrence have to
Every
say?
time.
There might be worse things a priest does with communion wine.
Yeah, I
That's as
guarantee
far
you.
as he got.
I bet
Probably
that's how-
spits in it with his dick, too.
I wonder if that was like a major spreader of disease in like the Middle Ages.
And a gateway.
God, I wouldn't be shocked.
Oh, sharing the cups?
Yeah.
Because I think that is the historical way.
Oh, doesn't that sound
Comment at first.
The individual.
That's the historical way.
I mean, I was talking just sharing the cup.
Well, it is actually part of the, or at least used to be part of the sort of,
Oh God, no, get away.
like the moral of it is that everybody shares one cup because it's like, like one family, one brotherhood kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, I wouldn't share drinks with my family either.
But, I guess back in the old days, people didn't have that many cups.
I mean, I guess so. I feel like cup production wasn't that bad.
Give it to me.
I mean, they're mostly pretty shit wooden cups back
He's like an illusionist, so he's like hypnotized him.
Good.
There's like a little dart in his neck.
Now the journal.
It's like using like chemicals to.
He kind of looks like Rowan.
He does.
You've got the mole in the right spot.
He does. He does have a bit of that look to him.
Thank you. Don't trust Drake.
How's Charlie?
Who knows?
Hypnotized by Mr. Bean.
Hypnotized by Mr. Bean. That's the sequel we all need. After this cutscene, I think will be our wrap-up time.
Cool.
He's gone. How in the world?
Hey, Charlie, you okay?
Now this is all that. I mean, like, I guess, you chalk it up to like illusion type stuff, but like they never really explain that dude's deal. That's one of the weak points I'd point out in this game. Is that's always kind of like.
Well, they did just explain it. It's Black Ops bullshit.
Right. All right.
Get away from me.
All right. No one's touching you, Charlie.
So this is like some MTALs girls thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, whatever it was, he's tripping.
Really went hard on the conspiracies with Uncharted 3.
I won't let you take me.
Hey, nobody's taking you anywhere.
Just come with us, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The floor's melting.
We can't stay here. We gotta move.
How?
Our only hope is to find the crypt entrance.
Yeah, he's
Great, any
tripping
ideas?
balls.
Charlie
And
was
under
onto
hypnotic
something, I just
suggestion.
don't know what.
The wand of the magician.
Yeah. Without his journal, we're never gonna find it.
Just let me think. All right, hermetic. From the Greek, Hermes, meaning pillar.
We were just talking earlier about
The
all
seven
the
pillars of
hermetic
wisdom?
Between
imagery
mercy and
in
severity.
Wait,
Alan Wake.
we've got this all
This
wrong.
game seems to be
True.
going pretty
It isn't the space
well.
between the pillars. It's the middle pillar.
The middle finger.
What?
It was in Charlie's book. The pillar
Ride that finger.
between the two extremes, between black and white, water and fire, female and male, the middle way.
The middle way.
The middle finger.
All right. Oh yeah, we'll pick up here next time. Well, thanks for all hanging out, everybody. Radical, Sarah,
Mina was here.
Yep, Fina was in here too. Look, I don't know if you're looking still, but yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. And I feel like we're probably around the halfway point of this already. Probably finish this next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Catch you all later.
See ya.